accurate.
That is literally in my bio too.
Hi.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
You guys can't hear it, but I was like, hello, and then Hugin goes, like, Hugin says hello, too. It is
Hi.
lovely to see everybody on a Thursday for part 1 of 2 for the annihilation of this party.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly,
Yes.
probably.
More than likely.
More
Nice.
than likely.
Woodrow finally gets his retribution for all the shit we put him through this season.
Right? Woodrow's like, and
Yeah.
now they all die. It's like, yeah, it's probably
This
fair.
this
The best
two-parter
time.
should have been titled Woodrow's Revenge.
Con.
The way he's chuckling does not instill me with a lot of confidence.
We'll be fine.
It's gonna be so fun. So fun. No problems at all.
Uh-huh.
So, for people who are just tuning in, this is part 1 of the season finale. The part 2 end for
What
I
the
see
fuck
on
was
you.
all that you just said?
What?
This is part 1 of the season finale of part 2 of the season end of.
I was still fucking talking, so if you would have shut the fuck up, you would have heard it.
There we go.
Part 2 is gonna be next fucking week. And I hope that Dis dies.
I
Oh my
mean, it
God.
seems like Dis is going to get fed directly to the boss. I can just see it now. Bryn's going to, forego the BFG and just
I
grab
love you
Dis by
so
their
much,
ankles and
Push.
just beat the bad guy with them.
I'm gonna Titanic you.
Meanwhile,
I'll never let
Alfred's
go,
talking
and then let you go.
This is actual footage of just not trying to get thrown at the boss.
Mm-hmm.
You're the moth.
Luke, how are you tonight?
You
I don't care how
fucker.
Dis is.
Tired.
Yeah.
Tired. Yeah,
I feel ya.
I was kind of zonking out on the futon with Feline up until about 5-10 minutes ago. So I am a little sleepy.
Same. I've been trying to get college work done, and it's very boring. So that has not helped me stay awake. Woodrow, how are
Being bored
you?
is not conducive to getting anything done.
Especially not with
Oh,
economics.
a lot more exciting. I've been doing laundry and napping.
Oh
That's been my
wow,
day.
laundry.
Yeah.
I ate and napped. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. I also worked all day though, so just like,
Feline and I went
disavow.
and had delicious sushi earlier today, and then
Oh, screw you.
I'm just saying it was really good. Picked up my prints for MegaCon. They all look fucking fantastic. So yeah, I am fucking stoked about the convention. Not
That's
stoked about leaving here, mind you, but I am super stoked about the convention.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be really
Yeah.
cool. And Sai, how are you?
Fine. Tired. Yeah. Everything I could say would be sharing too much information with the world. But
accurate.
Thank you for being considerate.
Um, yeah, I'm doing better than this morning. Let's put it like that. But very, very tired.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting
Very high
weekend
energy tonight.
for most of us. But yeah, we'll see.
Good
We'll
thing
see how
we're
this
going
goes.
into a boss battle.
It'll be fine. It's totally fine. We got crazy Steve choking out other Steve.
Yeah, there's a little warm up. There's a little warm
Yeah.
up. He'll be fine.
Totally,
I can't
totally
believe
cool.
I can't believe we didn't think to vet the dying Steve. You'd think.
I was under the
after
impression that we had done it
64
at some point.
episodes?
Because
Nope. Nope. I mean, I guess we
I
all just
tune
assumed
out.
because he was like, on his deathbed that he wasn't, part of Manos.
a
but
threat.
yeah, you'd think after 64 episodes we would have learned something. But
Don't worry, we're not
You
going
know,
in season 3 either.
Clearly,
Scan him
no.
for some Manos code or something.
We won't learn
Tech
in season
boy.
3 either. It's just going to continue all of this
Uh-huh.
not checking
Well-
things like we should, and then overly checking things that we shouldn't need to. That's going to continue most
You
likely.
did run a body check over him, and there was no like Manos code or whatever like you guys had. He just had that technology as part of him, but he seems to be him.
Here's what's going to
So
happen.
wait, Steve's
Ev-
an asshole. Okay, got it.
Every new person we
Steve
meet,
sucks.
Dick.
every new person we meet, we're just gonna vivisect like Salami Steve. Be like, okay, he seems like an okay person. Sorry.
Better autopsy him first to make sure. That
Yes,
he's okay. Then
exactly.
We'll put him back together.
Fast regenerate.
Oh man. Yep, we're gonna make all kinds of friends.
It'll be fine.
All
It'll be fine.
kinds of friends.
Just
That'll
put
be
some
I like
mustard
you, I
on
like
him.
you.
It'll be fine. It'll be so good.
Oh my god. Okay.
Are we ready to do this?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Hold on. Let me get
Which
you
was like, I've been waiting all day.
I told you. Should have titled these
All right.
episodes "Woodrow's Revenge."
On Dice Names and
Good starting music for Woodrow's recap. That's intense.
The party managed to keep Stephen Prime alive while they blasted their way through a crowd of void mummies waking up from their undead hibernation. While in the dark liminal space, they made contact with Tallow and the other fleeing Eldar. This took time to calm their minds, and in return, Tallow unlocked the party's inner potential. Upon returning to the base, they found their friend Steve was missing. After a thorough investigation, they found he wasn't absorbed by Stephen Prime, but he could have been taken by a goblin sleeper agent. However, back in the lab, Stephen Prime was absorbing the other Steves. And that's where we left off is you guys had just given the biological weapons to Zorg, and he had taken them off in his fighter jet, essentially to go on a suicide mission. And Dis, you had given him your amulet from Zinzarina that has your ship in it for essentially good luck in an escape plan. And you guys essentially heard like a cry from the lab from Steve-O, basically like "Oh, Mamma Mia!" And then as you guys walked in to see what was going on, you saw Stephen Prime was standing up out of his wheelchair and holding Stiv, the Russian Steve, up by his neck with a good amount of strength. So he's got some sort of enhanced strength. And that's where we last left off. So real quick, I need everyone to just roll initiative to see if you beat Steve on initiative, which...
By the way, this was the warning cry.
I got a 19.
Okay.
22.
I'm getting my dice out. I'm just leaving.
What? They're so ill prepared.
Motherfucker.
You have your sheet open?
Yes.
Yeah, well, at least there's that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, 19. So 29.
29. Okay, so Dis, as you sort of see what's going on through your friend's vision in the little split comms you have, you can use your bonus action first to hide, and you are ahead of initiative, which essentially makes Steve, the Stephen Prime, surprise condition to you.
I know
go
what you're
first.
doing.
So no one else, as long as as long as you go this first round, he's surprised, and 'cause as soon as someone else goes, if he realizes there's a threat coming, he's no longer surprised on his round. So
Okay.
It's a surprise.
please.
So I am going to do that. Bonus
Surprise
action
him.
hide.
Bonus hide.
You cannot see me.
You're literally standing right there.
I am the hidden.
They don't know.
You do not see me.
I move so slowly that no one can see me.
What they do not know will definitely hurt them.
And I'm sorry. How close am I to Professor X here?
You're within your movement. You move 60 feet, so you're definitely within that movement. You're probably like 35 feet away, like just out of the lab and around the corner. Actually, probably 25 feet.
Yeah, let's make it 25 feet since my movement is 30. All right. So, where the hell's my new thing? Where's my new thing?
It's
I found
Shadow
it.
Strike. Yeah, it's in your assassins. They have to make a Constitution
why we
save. That's 19, I believe, for you,
8 plus my Dex modifier.
which is 5 plus 6, which is your proficiency. So 11
Yeah.
plus 8, which he fails because he had a 7 on the die.
Nice.
So you have advantage on the
Nice.
attack because he's not aware you're there, and you have him surprised, and you automatically crit if you hit. Doesn't matter what you roll, as long as you hit him.
Yay. So I roll with advantage. Oh, and it's a Dex weapon.
Oh, yeah, and they can't use reactions because they're surprised, so you can't do that. Okay.
Out of the 3d20 I rolled, I will take the 20. So that is a 36 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. And
Nice.
No, you
essentially, how this is gonna work, is every single die you would roll, which poison counts. So any weapon damage, any sort of special like necrotic or whatever, damage from the weapon gets doubled, and then your sneak attack gets doubled, and your poison damage gets doubled. So all of those dice, yeah, you would just roll a double of what you would roll, and then you add your modifiers, and everything that gets doubled again.
Attack scroll plus
I gotta go look
8.
at Kirby's health, see what he has. Because luckily you guys chips, so you fed him and all that good stuff.
Yeah, see, you're beginning to understand why Dis is the way they are. We were kind and nice to this person, and now.
See.
Listen, I'm not admitting you were right. I'm just saying
Sure,
I
admitting I'm right.
understand your perspective. Shut up and do damage, damn it.
By the way, could you also do another con saving throw, DC 19?
Oh, for poison?
Yes, please. Did you say the poison doubles? The dice?
Yeah, the dice would double on the poison.
Wow.
This he would make the save, so he would take half damage from the poison, correct?
Yes.
So you're gonna want to separate your poison out. The dice, the total you get from the poison, because we're gonna, it's gonna get halved at the end, because that's how resistance works. So you want to keep that number separate. It might.
I mean,
not
I
matter,
can,
though.
but in the math, what if I just did half dice now instead of doubling them?
Yeah, if you want to do that, but the thing is, you would, because we're doubling it, that would sort of.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, just let me know what you get from the poison damage. You roll all your poison damage, right, like normal, and let me know what you get.
Okay. All right. So, to start with, not including poison, the base roll is 81.
All right, and just so I'm making sure that's your weapon, your magic, and your sneak attack, correct?
Yes.
And plus
But
the
that's
modifier.
not the
Okay.
modifier yet.
Okay, heard.
So
heard.
add 10 on top of that if you want the modifier in there. So 91.
I would just, yeah, not yet. But I do have the modifier in my math. I just want to let you know. And so what's the poison?
The poison would be 12d6 normal, so 6d6 I'll roll now.
No. Well, it's normal. Do it, because we got to do all the math normally and then half it. So just roll the poison like normal. That's why I gotta split it out.
Okay, 1 second.
And this is the what? The, like whatever the
Yep.
what?
So poison is 34.
Okay, 34. And then this is before we double, so I'm going to put the 10 over here, and we're going to double all of this, which becomes 162 of that. Oh my god, and then 68 poison. Then we add in the 10 here, 172. And then, so that's going to get doubled from the crit right there to that, and then it's going to get doubled one more time from him failing the save. So this, let me get my calculator out. I have to split out this 68 from this 172. So that's 344 from this. And 136 poison, but that would just go back to 68. So that would total to... Oh, nice. Okay. 412 damage. So, even with the poison resistance, you went well over Steve's hit points with your assassinate and shadow strike, death strike, whatever it's called. And how would you like to stop this Steve from assimilating the Russian Stiv?
That presents an interesting question. Do we want to let this guy live in any way?
I'd like to find out what the fuck is going on. Like, why is he doing this?
Well, you have 5 questions.
That's if he wants to answer and trusts you. He's not compelled to answer.
So
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
true.
going to answer.
It'd be easier to compel alive.
Can you intimidate a
That's-
head?
That's where pain is. in
You
the
can
living
decide.
world.
You can deceive. You could like use a deception, pretend you're Manos or something. There's a different.
I was
ways
gonna
to
say,
do it.
can Sai put a Manos mask, like a really shitty, like
Not a
paper
mask.
picture,
but you
of
can
Manos.
use like
hold it up, and be
what's
like, tell me everything.
what's the Microsoft program that makes it talk like a robot? That old like Microsoft mic
Yeah.
or some shit.
Mm.
It's up to you.
No, he died.
Okay.
I see him grabbing Steve. The whip coils out invisibly, wraps around his neck, and his head pops off.
Okay, so it's just a quick little.
Yep.
All right. So as everyone sort of sees this happen, you don't even see Dis approach with the 36 because that's higher than all your passes. You just notice the head pops off and the arm goes limp as Stiv falls to the ground, holding his neck and just being covered in a gout of blood. And
Of course, it's the Russian Steve that has
he was.
this.
So
He was
glad we
gonna-
wasted
about
those
to say-
potions.
I told you not to.
Whatever. Shut up.
I did tell you not to.
Yes. And
Okay then. Excuse me. I reserve I told you so rights.
I reserve the right to not give a fuck.
And that's why I have potions.
Yeah.
You can see the only one really panicking is Bach because he was sort of just saw the end result of that when he was on his computer and the screaming from Stiv because he's getting covered in blood. He was about to thank you, and then blood starts spraying all over him. He just starts yelling and crying as he's like trying to scoot away. And Bach's just kind of like, what is going on? And pulls out a rifle and kind of like runs over. He's like,
that's the appropriate response.
My stealth drops because I attacked, so
yeah.
I would have
Why
thought
did we
that
kill this
Bach
one?
would be used to this shit by now.
He's usually in the background, like
He's
way
usually working in his
behind.
damn lab. He doesn't usually have to deal with this shit right on his damn, lap.
Yeah, you can kind of see
I
the
feel like we
colors.
should all enter the room so he doesn't, think that Dis has gone rogue.
He was holding the guy up by the neck.
Mhm.
Oh, God. Gone rogue.
Took you a little bit.
I'm sorry, I was
I am
distracted
very
by the
tired.
chat.
Oh, about you getting stuck in the dryer? Yeah.
Come rescue me, Shay. I am in
Not-
the dryer.
I'm not even gonna read the chat, and I hate
No,
you
don't
all.
worry about it. Nothing important right now.
Yep.
Alright,
Is
so what's going
everybody okay? Minus a little bit of
Trauma.
leaking.
on? Minus some PTSD. Everybody else good?
I'm going to go wash myself off, but thank you very much. And he sort of does a bow and flicks the blood off a little bit and begins to slop his way to the shower.
This is exactly what I was
One
thinking.
shoe is squelching as he walks.
Yeah.
Gross.
I pick up the
Did he
head
get
and
in
chuck
his
it
socks?
at Kronos, and I'm like, there you go. 5 questions.
You're such a bitch.
I'll be like, how much do we care?
You know
at
what?
This point?
I reach
It
into
would
my...
be nice to know, but also, I'm gonna fuck this shit. We're leaving, right?
I reach into my bag and hand him the other head. This one I want back, but there you go. You can ask this one 5 questions too.
I don't really care about this one. I just want to know what the fuck this one's problem was. And
I would also suggest we review the cybernetics and stuff that were implanted in this guy, see if there's any information we could download, figure out what
Maybe-
the fuck. Maybe it was channeling him via UHF
check the,
frequency.
the cameras.
you mean maybe he
see
didn't
how it
have a
happened.
choice and you just murked him for, no reason?
I mean,
Yeah,
he was
that
gonna kill
we
Steve.
handled this whole situation poorly.
We did not. We did not. I took care of
Could've
the
been fine.
threat.
Jesus.
All right.
Information.
You know the way the spell works. If you're hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy, it can still try to lie to you. It's still that person, and it only knows what it knew in life, so it can't learn anything new.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. So what's
Got it.
I didn't catch any of what you said there, Woodrow. Sorry.
okay? So yeah, you know that if you use this, it can still lie to you if it thinks you're hostile or recognizes you as an enemy. So how are we going about this?
I don't care if we do. I'm just saying here's the only chance you have to glean information other than an autopsy. If you want it, there it is. I would like to ask Bach once he calms the fuck down, which I guess I'm gonna have to roll my calm the fuck down dice again.
No, he's not. He's got like the paleness drained from him, but he's so super focused on his mission, which was like teleporting, and he's kind of anxious to get out of here and test all this because he doesn't know if we're all going to survive at the other end.
Look, Bach, can you tell, was he getting a signal from somewhere?
I could hook him up, but Kronos would. He wasn't. You had him hooked up
Yeah.
to your ship. There was no incoming
Yeah.
signal from anywhere. You had him, and there's like a little, how the Faraday cage like you use to quarantine the other Manos and the
Yeah.
evil ones. Yeah. So no, there's no way anything was controlling him.
There was no signal, so this was implanted inside. I'm wondering if it was a bit of sleeper code that was either within the cybernetics of him, or if he was a sleeper agent the traditional way. Trigger word that in his brain.
The trigger was seeing other stivs.
I mean, it very well could be.
New stuff.
Well, if you look like you guys, he will be unresponsive and try to answer in lies. So
I will disguise myself as Manos. Hand of fate.
what did Manos look like?
A hand.
No, Manos was a robot. So what did the Manos that this Steve saw look like? You have no idea.
Exactly.
So you really
Can we steal that memory from his cybernetics?
Nope.
Can we scry Manos?
He's in a different form now. Technically, you could scry on Manos if you had scry.
I am Manos. You are like the buzzing of flies to me.
Okay, so you're gonna use words, and it's gonna be deception then, deception based, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
Why don't you disguise yourself as Baylor Talk?
Who?
Because the dude that you just... Jesus Christ. You don't even pay attention to the names of the people you fucking kill, do you?
Oh,
I
the
can't
head
pay
guy.
attention to
They all
names in
sound
real
the same.
life, so
They all sound the same anyway.
All right.
The barbarian,
All right.
Dragon Lord.
Hold
I
on.
forget your guys' names at least once a month.
I hate all of you.
Likewise.
Okay.
factually inaccurate.
All right. I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
It is Alter Self.
All right.
I decide what I look like, including my height, weight, facial features, the sound of my voice, hair length, coloration, and distinguishing characteristics, if any.
Well, considering he was kept at the base where Baylor Talk tried to take us down, I'm wondering if they were in cahoots.
Okay.
Since he's not going to respond to us looking the way we are. So.
All right. So I do that, cast the spell, and then it's going to be deception. Does this just affect the DC on my deception roll or something?
No, it just allows you to ask him questions without him trying to lie. Essentially, he's going to be rolling insight against your deception, but you don't get like advantage or anything like that.
Okay, I shall roll 1 dice then.
Alright, so I guess I have to cast Speak with the Dead, don't I?
Yep.
Yes, and hide behind the head, please.
Hold the head up and point it at this.
We'll set the body back in the wheelchair and put the head. I'll just kind of duct tape the head onto the body for the time being.
That's funny. My
Totally
character
fine.
does this in my comic. Not duct taping, but talking.
I was hoping that you'd hold the head up like what's his fuck did, like Perseus did with Medusa in the original Clash of the Titans when he was trying to kill the Gorgon or the Kraken.
Yeah.
All right, so you can speak with dead.
Cast Speak with the Dead.
You look like Baylor. What are your 5 questions?
Well, everyone, I'll see you in another 2 hours when those 5 questions are just.
Yeah, I know. It's like we don't have time for this.
What
I
is
would
the
ask
next?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Objective. What was?
What's the
their
next
objective?
step in our plan? Was going to be number 1.
Okay. So,
How are we meeting Manos is number 2. Where are we meeting Manos? I guess is number 2.
okay.
What is the purpose of? Absorbing all the Steves. I'm making a suggestion. I'm not saying that should be
That's
one of the
fine.
questions. I'm
Well, I
just
hope
No,
you're
I
writing
like
these
that.
down because I'm not going to be able to remember all of these in succession.
Sure.
Put them in the private chat. How do you guys come up with the ones you want?
So, the first one was who, where's
That was
Manos?
what was the objective?
Or what was the
No.
objective? Yeah, okay. So, when you ask him as Baylor what was the objective, the answer you get back is you shouldn't be worried about that. How have you gotten away from my strings? So you get the sense he doesn't quite know he's dead yet. And you get the sense that Baylor was his little puppet.
Knocked on the head. Confused.
And he said, how are we meeting with Manos, right? That was the second one? Or where are we meeting with Manos?
Where?
Okay, so when you ask him that, he goes, I'm still waiting on the homunculi to find his location since we've been separated. And then what was the third one?
Why are we absorbing the stivs?
What is the purpose of assimilating the other Steves?
Power.
Oh, I get stronger, and my patron gets stronger. It's as simple as that. And in return, you gain strength.
Let's see.
Telepathically, that explains why he's a weak ass little bitch.
Sorry.
Okay, so that's 3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
And we're 100% sure when he talks about his patron, he's talking about Manos. Yes.
Yeah, he's talking about the...
I think it's Manos talking about Lolth. I think he is embodying Manos in his mind, and he is talking about Lolth. That is the only god tier thing that is adversarial to us.
Then you could always ask him.
Who
when
is
you say
your
patron.
patron?
Manos Prime.
Who is his patron?
Stop it! No! Why is that? That should not be the last question.
Do you have another question?
Fine, go ahead. I don't care. I have no questions. So, Kronos, do you have any questions?
I mean, I was gonna ask how many more Steves does he need to be full power?
All of them.
I don't think there is a full.
All right.
There's just more.
Yeah, he says all of them, and then that is your 5 questions.
Yeah.
As the light fades from the severed head of Stephen Prime.
Now,
All of them.
Now, I cast the spell again, and I appear as him. I push the wheelchair back into the wall.
You can't cast it on him again, I don't think.
Pull out the head of the other guy.
The other for Baylor,
Yeah.
but for Baylor showing as Steve Prime.
So
Yeah.
Baylor is a construct. When you go to cast Speak with Dead, it doesn't connect with anything.
Son of a bitch.
But we did learn that he was a puppet, so...
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that was a good try.
But that does mean that you're carrying around a puppet head as opposed to a real head.
That's fine.
Do you still want to carry it?
All the more reason why you should mount it to the front of your ship as a
Yes.
foot ornament.
Yes.
Give it to the dogs as a chew toy. I mean,
It's
you know, for
yours.
soccer.
I kept it for you.
I told you at the time I didn't want it, and you still took it. So, mount
now it is
mount
yours.
as a hood ornament. Yes.
Now
Although
guys
you
need
can't
to
mount it
figure
as a
out-
hood ornament because you gave away your ship.
I didn't give away my ship.
No, just a small fighter.
Oh,
I still got the gun ship.
okay.
What planet? No, so now we got to figure out where you're jumping from this planet to the next one. So I think I remember you saying Quay Prime,
Yeah.
but I couldn't remember if that was the first stop or the second stop.
Well,
You do
I
still need
want
to meet with Brute Dynamics somewhere.
Right.
on one of the
I
three
want to go
planets.
there and check it out. Basically, like I told the Dark Elves, this should be like at least a pit stop. This is like them pulling to the side of the road, and if they find something good there, feel free to load up on resources and stuff like that. Scout the area, see if.
Don't get comfortable. I remember you saying that.
Mm-hmm. So aiming for the moons of Prime
Okay.
is fine. I think with the station still, can you scroll up just a touch?
Mhm.
Would we still be able to get to yeah, that one, the bottom one?
Nichigawa.
Yeah, isn't that the one that's the kind of desert, but with jungle and the sandworms?
No,
And
that would be Lanu.
what
down
was the
here.
Nechigawa?
That was the one that's like a Minotaur planet where it's not like necessarily wholly claimed by them, but they have like a bunch of land there where they raise livestock and trade like real meats
Oh, right,
to,
that's where Kronos wanted to go to get a
for the
T-Rex
rich
steak.
people. No, that's actually
Yeah.
Drekavok.
Oh,
That's
damn
the
it.
orc hunting grounds is where the dinosaurs are. This is more like Earth, a really, really big Earth.
Where was Hoth?
Hoth is Arheim, way down here in the corner.
God, how far can
Nice.
this station go without portaling?
Well, you don't have now. Once you're in this galaxy, you don't have to keep moving the station. If the station's at Quay Prime where you want to hold up, you can take your gunship. You can travel through the rift space.
No, I get that. My point was, wherever we settle, I kind of wanted the station in orbit to support whatever colony was on the ground. Just because that's a bit easier commerce-wise, trading-wise, and defense-wise.
So the colony is not going to be on Quay Prime. Where are you guys settling?
I don't know.
Again.
This is sight unseen, so we got to
Okay.
get there, and we got to see. But to get there, we got to get there. So
Okay. So we're starting Quay Prime and then spreading out there. But so
Yeah.
which of these 3 planets are you choosing to meet Brute Dynamics on and have figure out what exactly your deal is with that?
probably Hoth.
Okay, Arheim, heard. So we'll go.
Good naming of the cold planet, Arheim. I like that.
Just so I know what the plan is.
Reminds me of the various realms in Norse mythology.
Yeah, that is kind of the vibe.
Svartalheim, Helheim. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, Heim and Mir mean like home, essentially. So Heimir is like home, and then
It's home.
home.
Howdy, home.
No, it's different when it's in the front, I think. But it's okay. So when you roll the you roll out that field, that teleportation field, Kronos,
Yes.
you are one of the engineers of Bach, so I will actually need you to make me an engineer check. And your engineering is a little bit higher than Bach's if you want to roll with advantage, and he'll be aiding you.
Okay.
What about what's his face? Zalnan?
He's a biologist.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. It was Nalzan.
Yeah, it was his brother that was working on the teleportation.
Who
Which
was
we haven't-
Paramorph.
Yeah.
He was absorbed by the fucking mind flayer shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, are we leaving before we find out about Zeke? What the fuck is
Zorg,
his name?
that was
yeah.
Zorg, that was the plan. Yeah, Elrak Zorg. Yeah, the plan was to let him do his thing and get out of here, and he'll catch up if he does, or if he doesn't. He doesn't want anyone hanging around.
Yeah. Let him do his thing. There's a certain amount of warrior's pride involved. It seems.
You know,
All right.
Crooked Painter, I'm hoping that we find like what's the one of the, is it the Virgin Islands or the Bahamas, the Atlantis? The Atlantis resort. Yeah. With the nice water
Ryzen.
slides and
Was it Ryza 9 or what's that planet?
oh, the
Is it
Pleasure
Ryza?
Planet? It's
Yeah.
Ryza.
Ryza, okay.
Yeah,
30,
I've got
30 for the engineering check. For whatever it matters. 17
dirty-
plus 13, 30, 30.
Okay.
17 plus
Heard.
13.
That is good. So, as
Do you want a
everyone sort
D4? Will that help?
I mean, if you want to. I mean, 30's pretty good.
Roll a D4.
Okay. So on top of that, we got. All right, so 33 altogether.
Okay, 33. So, with that, everyone sort of gets ready and hunkers down in their rooms, kind of, kissing their Bibles or drinking down some scotch or whatever seems to be their way of calming their nerves. And Bach and
All right,
Kronos.
let's do this shit.
begin to start the process of teleportation of the whole base and all the ships and everything around. And the barbarians that are actually outside in the field in their ships, you still have them out there as well. So with that 33, That's the first check, and it seems that the field goes up around the area and goes out, like a mile outside the base itself, and you're going to be essentially taking everything in that field with you, and it seems stable. So go ahead and roll me another one, and the same thing if there's guidance and whatever, you have Bach aiding you, so advantage and a d4.
Much appreciated, Norb. Thank you, homie. All right. So, next engineering check. And I still have advantage and the D4, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bren,
So, first roll.
are you going to be outside with the other folk, or are you hunkering down in our quarters? If you're outside with the peeps, then I'm going to be riding you like a backpack. So I'm holding on to you through this teleportation.
They're in a ship. They're not just out in space.
No, I meant I thought you said that they were basically gathered in the hangar kind of thing.
Some of them are, yeah, the ones that have been with you, but you've also got the ones you saved from that planet, and they brought a bunch of their people with them in that couple of drop
nice.
ships. Yeah.
34 on this one.
Oh, okay, 34.
Yep. Another dirty 30, and then a 4 on top of that. So
nothing prematurely breaks. The field is generated and stabilized, and you essentially jump, and there's a weird sensation where everyone sort of feels like they're turned inside out, but then it immediately goes away. The lights everywhere dim for a moment, then they come back on, and then Kronos behind you can hear the sound of sizzling and popping, and you smell ozone. Give me another engineering check.
Oh, hell.
And you have discs behind you if they're doing the guidance.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm also holding a fire extinguisher.
Just in case. Do I still get advantage, or is this without advantage this time? Okay.
No, it's with advantage. Bach is over at the machines, pulling things out, plugging things in, trying to help the process so it doesn't blow up on you guys.
Can you upcast guidance?
No, it's a cantrip.
Damn it.
64 episodes. Still don't know how cantrips work.
Nope, apparently not.
This is why I'm not taking a spellcaster next time. DC 35. Fuck you, Morb.
31.
There is no DC 35. Okay, 31. That is bueno. So nothing blows up. There's no catastrophic failures in terms of putting anyone's life in danger. But the system does have a meltdown, and a lot of the parts will need to be replaced if this is to ever happen again, which Bach can start doing. But he's kind of interested in going to meet these Brute Dynamics people, so he's not jumping onto all of that necessarily right away, because he was under the influence that he's going to be meeting these people with you.
Yeah. I don't see why we wouldn't take him with us. They're very interested in him. Now that could horribly backfire on us, and they could try to jump us and take Bach.
Yeah, what you do see that he's doing is trying to make sure all the systems on the ship or on the station are going, and life support, shields, weapon systems, everything, and basically running checks, and everything seems to be good. But the field generators essentially melted down. Will need to be replaced before you do this again.
Bach, do you know what parts we need to keep an eye out for so we can patch this in case we need to boogie out of here again?
There's essentially 4 parts. It's the beam generator, the beam focus crystal, the gate, and then the power the generators.
So the kind of the shit that we basically rescued from that one station, basically,
and then that you all grabbed from that other station you were just at.
Yeah. Is there anything that is needed to be replaced that we do not have a replacement for? I think is the question.
No, okay. Because you looted that place, you're good. It just takes time, which
that's fine.
Okay. So we have the parts we need to replace. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. All right, that's what I was concerned about.
I'm still going to make a list of those parts that we're going to have to replace in case we want to get another set of spares. I am now Russian. I have been talking with Stiv.
So yeah, essentially now that you're here, you can see that the connection to Bach's satellite is strong, and the connection to brute dynamics is very, very strong. If you wanted to snoop around in their systems, you could, or if you wanted to set up a meeting, you could, or if you have some other plans, you can do that too. But the system seems to be void of any sort of Manos signal at the moment.
Yeah, can we keep that Manos sonar going?
Yeah, that's the first thing
Yeah.
Bach brings up, is that his scanning. As soon as he makes sure everyone can live on the station.
Yeah. People being able to breathe and, keep functioning is probably a good idea.
We have ships, if it comes down to it.
If he dies, he dies.
Yes. I understand, Drogo.
I am much shorter than that.
I know.
What was I going to say? Okay, so what's the travel time between Prime and where we're going? Arheim. No, where we are and where we're going.
No, I know. I was looking at my measurements. So
Oh, okay.
it's about 12 days in space travel, but you can make it there with the energy you have. It's 5% per, and then there's plenty of stars to charge, so you're not going to have to worry about running out of fuel or energy like Star Wars engines. It just takes time. Because you have an elven ship, so yours recharges on solar energy. You just have to park by stars for a while.
Oh, we have to scoop?
No, more like a plant.
We have
Just
to
absorb.
photosynthesize?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Dwemer ships essentially use elementals to power their ship, but yours is all solar power because it's elven.
So is that 12 days like Q drive time or like sublight?
Q drive time. That's the fast travel. If you were not in fast travel, it would take much longer than that.
Nice. Why did the music stop? Oh, it didn't.
But
I swear to God, this sounds like the Milkshake song every time it fucking happened.
yeah, so
Glad I don't know that song.
Who is all going with you
My
to
milkshake brings on the point
to Arheim? You can bring people on your ship, and you can also bring the ship with the Death Spider had a Q drive, and the Barbarian's gunner ship had a Q drive.
Can't we fit my ship on the Spider?
No.
I
Spider
thought that
is bigger than yours, but it's not that much bigger. It's
I
the
thought
legs
that
and
huge
everything.
bay.
No, your ship is about the size of that bay. It wouldn't fit on there.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just out of comparison, what about the Barbarian ship?
It's about the same size, if not a little tiny bit bigger than yours, but not by much. They're the same class of ship. They're gunner ships.
How do we want to do this, guys? First of all, who wants to go?
Well,
Obviously, we're all going.
Yeah, Bach wants to, and then
Bach
your
would, yeah.
crew, who is with you, which is Silvar, Ezra, and Frog, right?
Yeah.
I think they're the ones
Yep,
on your
Frog
ship.
Knight.
So yeah, they want to go. Everyone else is kind of just happy to have their feet down, and some of them actually want to go explore some of the moons and see what the planet's like. When you guys arrive and scope out the planet, it does look like the planet in the middle where all the moons are around looks like it's had some sort of, almost like the Grand Canyon, but it's across the whole planet. You can see it from where you're at in the space station. It's that massive. But the moons around it are all these virtual paradises, and some of them have miniature colonies, some of them don't. So some of the people want to go, some of the barbarians want to go explore one of these moons and maybe see if they can make contact.
Where are the elves, according to our
The elves,
sensors?
According to your sensors, are across dark space or through.
No,
this
the ones we sent
fractured
here.
plate. Oh, you don't know because they're in dark space. You can't pick them up, but they're on their.
Oh,
way.
they're not here yet?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
No, you guys did instant travel. They're traveling through space. It's going to take them a few days. You did it instantaneously.
Can I queue up a message for them from the
Yeah.
space station just to let them know this is where the station is, and to contact who are we leaving in charge at the station when we go do this?
You can
mean,
leave
who do we-
Sabina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the the leader of the rebels before you guys met her. She's
Okay.
kind of like the Leia or the Luke of the group.
And to contact her about coordinating where people are going to explore and gather resources in case this is not our last stop.
Okay.
Just because I don't want them wandering
Yeah.
unattended, and
Yeah, it'll be.
Make
There'll
sure
be
they
mate-
keep in constant contact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there'll be military precision with that kind of stuff if she's in charge, because she's a spy, military spy.
yeah, and I just want to also make sure that because they're a bit wayward without their connection. So
Oh yeah. Yep.
in fact, I can't link to them when we're not in dark space, right?
Yeah, if you're not in close vicinity to their ship within dark space, you can't really link with them.
Okay.
Yeah, the only reason you could talk to Brute Dynamics at all was because they had box satellite.
Satellite,
and, yeah.
All right. So in that case, I guess we should contact Brute Dynamics.
Before we do you want me to take a look around their systems and see what they have?
Yeah. Do you still
on
have
us?
admin?
I should
Yeah,
still
the
have
back-
Root Sec.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
back door you created, you didn't use it enough for the Overwatch to pick it up, so they haven't necessarily detected it. So you do have a back door still in, which means you don't have to make the check for access. You do still technically get Snoop for entering it, and I think your Snoop is an 8. So as an illegal action, you just don't got to roll.
Okay.
Specifically,
Or
on top of whatever
Wow.
information you're going to give us, I would like to find out, have they made any additional plans when it comes to meeting with us? Have they?
heard.
That's what I was looking for as well. I want to see
Okay.
what they have, about us, what they at least have put in their systems about us.
Yeah.
So
any?
your first-
Go ahead.
Communications, yeah. And so your first action is to get in there, which is illegal, but you don't have to roll because you have the back door. So I rolled and I took your Snoop away, so you got whatever your score is from there. You don't know. Now you're on their grid actively, so you probably want to make the hide action. So go ahead and roll
Yes.
me computers to hide.
All right.
I have a
Nat
half
fucking
proficient.
20.
Nice.
So 33. Yep, 33.
good. Okay, so 33. So then, just so you know, if that's your active icon hiding on the server, they can still pick up your data trail, the stuff you're doing. That's what your score is. Like as you're doing illegal actions, you're sort of leaving a footprint they can find.
Right.
But if they search for your active icon to target you, you'll still be hidden. They have to actually still find you, just so you're aware. It's sort of like a secondary alarm trip because there's always
Got it.
people watching. For
Now-
Can I-
changes in the program.
Can I scrub his trail?
I mean, you can try, but that requires like reformatting and stuff like that. So,
That sounds so dirty.
but so go ahead and what was your hide? You said 30 was 33.
33. Yeah, I got a nat 20 on that.
Okay, so 33. So you're hidden, and now you're going to look for correspondence. So you're going to try to gain access to their a secured node that's essentially their private information. So go ahead and give me another check.
Okay.
Look, their fallouts fails. I have the nuclear can of whoop ass. I know, I meant like clearing out any logs of like his signal and stuff like that. Kind of thing.
29 for this.
29. Okay.
29. Yep.
Roll a d4.
16 plus 13.
All
Oh,
right.
roll another d4.
I don't like anything under a 30.
I understand.
We're not fucking with mom and pop computer people anymore.
So 32. I got another 3 out of that d4.
Okay, so 32, that's actually really good. So as you're going through, you notice that there's correspondence between the same people. It's the gnome who's in charge of Crag Holdings. I think his name is Zoraz. And it's between him and the orc that you've been talking to from Brute Dynamics. There's correspondence between those two and those two alone. And what they're saying to each other is Zoraz wants to make sure that the Orc engineer does not miss this opportunity to get as much as they can from you, and he wants to be there when there's any sort of meeting. But something else you notice is some strange activity. Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Okay.
And you will have advantage on this. This counts.
Okay.
And a D4 if you need it.
Second roll is a 2, so I will take the 16 plus 13, so 29, and then a D4 on top of that, rolling. And plus 2. So 31 on that.
31.
Yep.
Okay. So, what you do find is there's another hidden active user like you on this server. You don't know who or what they are. The icon seems to be some kind of hound. You're not really sure who it is or what they're related to, but you can run a trace on them if you want.
It's Manos, Hounds of Fate.
Oh, that actually hurt my brain. Yeah, let's go ahead. I mean, this isn't going to give away my position, is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then,
you are
let's-
still every time you take an action, you are building up like an Overwatch score. So the
Right.
longer you're in here and the longer you do things, there's a chance people start looking. But so far, just looking for him or tracing him won't make you known.
All right. So this probably should be one of the last things that we do, and then I should probably jump out of the system before we catch any unwanted attention.
That's
So,
fine.
yeah,
I think we already pulled info on the planets from
Yeah.
their system
Yeah,
before.
that's how you figured out what they were doing
Yep.
on all of them.
Yep. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and run a trace on this this hidden active user.
All right, so go ahead. I already got the Overwatch. So go ahead and roll me an investigation.
All right. And do
Or
I
sorry,
get a-
perception. Sorry, perception.
Okay. And do I still get advantage on it? I have an
Yeah.
A. Okay.
Yep.
And a
Yeah,
4.
your goggles help with that.
So 30, and then a D4 on top
Ooh.
of that.
It's gonna actually come in clutch.
34.
Okay, that's clutch
Yeah.
because they got
30,
a really
34
high
total.
they had a 31 on their hide. So,
Woo!
Don't knock the 4.
Yeah. Hey, you know, every little bit helps, right? I'd bark
seems
inspire
like-
the fuck out of myself if I could, but I
it seems
can't.
like you two were trying to notice each other at the same time, and they were trying to essentially re-hide from you, and you trace them before they can, and you find that this is coming from another data grid, a separate data grid that has built a backdoor into this data grid, and it's coming from another conglomerate. So the communications you found was between Brute Dynamics and Crag Holdings. This is from another conglomerate head called Cerberus, and they seem to be spying on the communication.
Is there...
So Brute
we-
Dynamics isn't the only one interested in our little, our technology.
They're one of 3 at this point. Do we know anything about Crag Holdings?
Crag Holdings and Cerberus are the main two conglomerates that have a bunch of companies under them. Brute Dynamics is under Crag Holdings.
Okay.
Cerberus is always trying to essentially get one step above Crag Holdings. in
What's
terms of
under Cerberus?
all kinds of things. 1 second, let me open the campaign page real fast. But so Cerberus has Hammer and Forge, which is a weapon company of the dwarves, and I think Talon might be theirs. There's also some tech companies for cars. There's software companies. So there's Hammer and Forge Group Incorporated, which is a weapons subsidiary of them. Talon Kinetics, which is an elven weapons company that was bought by them. Biochrome, which is cyberware designers and manufacturers. Kakishin Industries, which is a vehicle manufacturer who bought out Nissan, Toyota, and Honda from the
Nice.
Alliance. AutoStar Innovations, which is a luxury auto company that is like AI cars. Diaware, which is like essentially like a operating system for people's Neuralinks. Simics Pharmaceuticals, pharmaceutical bioengineering and drugs. Chimera Labs, obvious. You guys know what they do. They make chimeras. Manticore, which is it's a Manticorp, which is a mercenary corporation. There's Shepherd Robotics, which is out of business. Vault, which is a treasure hunter organization. Flavor Feast, which is a protein food company that uses undesirable food scraps and insects, and then Blackbeard Mining. So they have a bunch of companies underneath.
And these are all under Cerberus?
Cerberus.
Yeah, Cerberus.
The three-headed dog,
Yeah.
which apparently has 12 heads.
Cerberus.
Cerberus.
Cerebro.
Cerebellum.
Terabum.
Yes.
I almost think we should be dealing with them instead of Brood, honestly. They have such cool shit.
I'm sure we'll come into contact with them. All right. So,
Crag Holdings has just as much stuff, if not better stuff.
I'm still gonna
Dynamics
keep this in my
is under
back
Crag
pocket.
Holdings, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna keep this in my pocket of like, we could be negotiating with your competitor, you know.
All right. So yeah, you guys essentially are doing this on the 12 days it takes to get there. Just kind of like figuring out a game plan. And you guys are meeting on Arheim. So as you guys come up out of your drift space, you see this facility built over the ice planet that's pretty enormous, and there's just a giant massive laser that's continuously shooting from the atmosphere down to the surface, melting away this giant hole deep into the planet's core. And you can see bubbling up out of it and around it is sort of like making an ocean that's kind of coming back into that hole and then evaporating, and it's sort of terraforming the planet where the laser is making contact.
Nice. Can we get any
the
kind of
place-
sensor rating on what they're mining?
Yeah, you already know what they're mining, or at least what they say they're mining, and they're
The
looking for. They
unobtainium.
haven't found any, but they're looking for a mineral that can be made in Magitech, stabilizing Magitech.
Is there... So I'm curious, because we're going to be landing with the engines they want. I'm going to be wearing tech that they want. Is there anything we could do to kind of hide our tech from their sensors until we come to an agreement? Because... just worried.
You have hallucinatory terrain.
I
You
don't.
have steaming. Steaming could change all of you guys, but it wouldn't change your ship.
Would the stealth generator on my ship help?
I mean, yeah, it would hide it from their sensors. I mean, obviously you got there somehow. And you arriving, you would sort of ping for a second until you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would sense you arriving.
I mean, again, you could, you could hide the ship, your gunship, and then we could head down to the planet in my van, and really make them wonder what the fuck is going on.
Here, you don't necessarily want to go down to the planet. You probably want to meet on the facility above the planet somewhere.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't have a.
They'll probably send out a ship,
terrain,
so you don't have to come into their terrain and be surrounded by all their orcs. Yeah, it's a nice business meeting. It's not it's not a military coup or anything.
So, I'm going to tell Enar, keep the shields up, keep the stealth up. Can I roll for a lock before we leave, just in case? My just in case
Well,
weapons lock.
Oh, weapons. I see. Yeah, you can lock your like Thray or torpedoes onto the station if you want. But if you get a lock, they will sense it.
There's no such thing as a stealth lock.
So we're being targeted from space somewhere.
And it's around that area. Yes, it's a large area, but it's somewhere there. Yeah.
We're really behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So we're taking your van.
All right.
Is that what you want to do? I mean, I'm totally fine with that.
Oh, fuck it. Let's scare them. Let's come in the gunship. Let's just scare them.
Okay. So you guys hop out of drift and begin, hailing them and trying to establish a signal between, discreetly between the orc. Let's see, what's his name? Grabas Borgog.
Yeah, grab ass.
You establish a connection with him.
And I did jump out of their system cleanly and all that, right? Didn't just leave the connection open stupidly. Yeah, that was the last thing I wanted.
Yeah, you said that was your last action, and I'm not assuming you're going to just leave without cleaning.
As far as you know.
Well,
plus,
I mean,
jacking out like that is what you usually do. You don't necessarily you just leave.
Yeah. No, cleanly exit, shut down the connect, make sure that they all that.
I mean, leave your back door. But...
That's standard operating procedure. You would never not do that.
Okay, good. I'm just double checking. I want to.
Yeah.
Take anything for granted.
Basically.
No, I'm not gonna fuck you that bad. Insight checking is a thing, but.
Yep.
Standard operating.
Yeah,
procedure.
I want to make sure that we don't do that again.
All right. So let's see. What Magitech do I have to alter? My armor, Bryn's gun, if she wears it.
Well, seeming can make you look like whatever, so you can get rid of those things from you and make it look like something else or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to make sure that I have everything in mind that I'm going to have to do, because I don't want to... Oh, you have a Magitech belt buckle you forgot about.
No, you could just say all the Magitech. You don't have to remember everything, because I don't remember everything.
Alright, so... I do that. Sorry, I'm trying to find the fucking thing. It's at 5th level. Okay, there we go. And it's a concentration spell. That's mean. Alright. Oh. I need to regain my charges.
They're pretty good illusions.
Okay.
So you're just essentially disguising magic items as mundane tech.
So my weapon only has one charge, and it's the one that does seeming. It also does mind blank.
It shouldn't have one charge.
Assassin's Thorn?
Yeah, it should have.
No, it has one charge.
Anyway, are you casting seeming?
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking distracted AF.
All right.
I think
So
we
we
decided it's a VW bus.
Yeah, it is VW.
It's
always
a
been
modified VW bus. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, are we docking with the
Eons
ship?
ago,
Docking
it was
with
it was a tour bus for a thrash metal band called Eviscerator. That's why the ship is named Eviscerator.
You're so emo. All right.
Fuck you. Who's the goth rogue bitch? Anyway, continue.
Yeah, it should be one charge for each of those things, not one for all of them. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it's all of a sudden doing that, or maybe I just never noticed. But it should be one charge for each thing. And
Oh,
then
I thought I
they
had to
respawn
choose
dawn.
between them.
No.
Okay. Good deal. All right. So at least I have mind blank.
Mhm.
I'd like to protect Bryn.
All right. So when you establish connection, not long before they send out a Torque Motors vehicle that meets with you. It's like another, not really a transport ship. It's kind of like almost like a small luxury personal ship, and it docks up with the gunship. And you're invited aboard their ship, but you can also invite them aboard yours if you don't want to go on theirs. But they invite you to theirs.
Well, what does everybody think? Would it be rude to not take them up on the invite?
I think we go on theirs so they can't snoop.
I think that's a good idea.
We tell everyone to be at the ready, like Silver, Enar, Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you
Let's take biometric scans of us before we go in, and then as we come back to our ship, I want to take biometric scans of us as again. Make sure there's no trackers or anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you guys go on their ship. When you arrive, as the doors open onto their ship, the first thing you see is a line of orc soldiers in heavy power armor with rifles standing, and then they sort of separate as you, or as the doors open to reveal you, and beyond them you can see a very luxurious interior of a ship. There is some orcish angles to it. It's almost like a luxurious Klingon ship. It's got
Orc yacht.
hard angles. Yeah. But then you, at the desk, the helm in this room, you see the boss sitting in sort of like nice, fine clothes, almost like a well-tailored suit that's got like two-button suit, and he's got his hands sort of connecting, and he turns to you and he goes, "It's so nice to finally meet you face to face." With Bach.
By the way,
sees you guys come in. Go ahead.
could we have laid the groundwork with Bach, not just blurt everything out, please?
Yeah, you've already said this to him.
Okay, good.
So yeah, you guys walk in. You see him sitting there in his suit, and he sort of turns and says, "It's fine. It's nice, so nice to finally meet you. It does seem you are a melting pot of races from beyond dark space, not too unsimilar to the ones we have here. It seems elf of drow kind." And he looks at you, Kronos, and he's like,
That thing?
Whatever the fuck
sort
you are,
of-
my brother, I ain't never seen that shit before. Uh-huh. I get that a lot.
a
Thanks for
Goliath
taking a
and-
meeting.
Yes, of course. And the one I was most excited to meet, the orcish engineer, I presume, as he sort of looks to Bach. You can see Bach is sort of like sweating but excited. And he goes, "I'm excited to discuss further plans, but there's someone who wanted to sit in on the meeting as well." And behind a sort of hologram of a gnome, but the hologram is large, bigger than everyone else in the room, sort of stands behind him in the chair, and he goes, "Oh, let me introduce myself. I am a well-mannered, savvy businessman named Zoraz Crag. It's nice to finally meet you, and I hope that this benefits both parties, and I hope that we could give you anything you need in return for your help."
We appreciate that.
Can you let me know when we need to do insights or anything like that, please? Or
Whenever you want
perception?
to. Yeah, whenever you hear something you think you want to know if it's foul or not, you can insight check.
I don't think he gives a shit about us getting what we want.
Yeah,
as long
then
as he
make an
gets what
insight
we
check.
want.
Hmm.
Do I have? There it is.
All right, and we'll roll an insight as well.
Yeah. Mine's only a +6, so I got a
Plus
20,
14.
24.
I got a 26.
Okay. So he's not being deceptive in any way, but from the way he carries himself, and the demeanor he has compared to what you've seen in other gnomes, if you were to cross him, it would be his life's motivation to get back at you, but he doesn't seem like he is luring you into a trap or being deceptive in any way like that.
But
At
he
least
is the
with the-
vindictive type if you fuck him over.
Yeah, he's a very, very, very savvy businessman and likes to see his enemies burn if you mess him over. Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
But he Zoraz essentially gives the floor back to Grabas, who opens up and says, "We would like to offer you a free claim on anywhere you would like to settle down with your people. As you mentioned, you were headed this way. We're assuming you are either explorers or fleeing, so you would need somewhere to settle down. We're willing to trade you that. Also, any sort of resources you would need to get set up comfortably and make a nice, comfortable living for yourself, we're willing to give you as well, give you access to. The one thing, well, two things we are really interested in is working with your orcish engineers and picking their brains as much as possible on any ways we can modify our tech. And we would like to essentially find any way we could to get a upper hand over our competitors at Cerberus. So if there's anything
You cut out.
or in any
Yeah,
other
you just
way.
cut out.
Oh, so yeah,
Sorry.
it basically says if there's any way you can help him get a technological advance or advantage over his competitors at Cerberus, or in any other way, maybe not a technological way, but if there's anything else you could do to give them advantage, they'd be willing to make it worth your while in trade by giving you essentially a claim to a planet which is hard to come by.
That's mighty generous of you.
It is a good beginning, a good starting point.
Yes. What exactly what kind of advantage are you looking for? Not just technological. What kind of tech are we talking about here?
Well, if you have ways of traveling through dark space, that would be prime. And the main thing we're looking for is travel safely through dark space. But there's other things, and you can see like a little crooked smile kind of comes on his face, and he goes, if there's any sort of illegal technology or magical means you've discovered on your end of dark space, we would be very interested in obtaining that knowledge, or at least a prototype of some sort that we can deconstruct and on our own labs. Dis, you get the sense that any sort of way that you could hinder or weaken Cerberus would be a advantageous spot for you in this sort of negotiation to get what you want.
Yeah, basically it would be on top of any technology, negotiating for us to use one of our data nukes on Cerberus. Perhaps.
So is that what you're saying to your party?
That's what I'm saying telepathically to my
okay,
party.
so I just want to make sure. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do, and I'm saying back through the telepathic link. So we're going to do some industrial espionage for them, basically.
I mean, we can dig around their system, but we can also crash their system with, the things that we got from fucking the space station.
And also to deal with time, you guys don't have to do that. You could just give them the means to do it. You could give them the data nuke.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
I
they
don't
have corporate agents.
I get that. I don't think that I necessarily enjoy the thought of them being able to take this apart and duplicate it.
Mm-hmm. Also, once they get it from us, they don't really need us.
So kind of to to as an aside, Woodrow, are Bach and the engineers on board with the kind of working with the business that we set up and kind of farming out their ideas as we would want to Brute rather than going to work for Brute directly?
So once Bach starts talking with this orc about like the business end of things and what he's interested in terms of engineering the technology that he's focused on, what is sort of offered is Brute Dynamics would have him as sort of like an internship for a while, get what they could from him, and then essentially set him up in his own company with his own research in his own field, doing whatever he wanted to. They would essentially invest in him if he would spend time working for them. Essentially, is the trade-off that is offered to Bach specifically.
And how does Bach seem to feel about that?
I mean, the way he's talking to this guy, you can see he's very excited to have an opportunity for like work here, real work, and to not be like a pariah, like he's been living for the last almost year or whatever.
Well,
right, because in his tribe, he was kind of looked down upon because he was an engineer.
Yeah.
Right. So we've discussed our plans about getting set up and kind of developing things ourselves and licensing them out to places like Brute. So what I'd like to do is have a discussion with Brute about that possibility. If they want to stake him, I mean, we've got $1 million to try to develop what we're going to do here. If we're getting a planet without having to fork out any of that stuff, or even any of the infrastructure resources, which I guess is what we're negotiating for right now, then that's all well and good. I would hate to see Bach go away, I guess, because he's one of the people that we really kind of relied on.
He's one of our crew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
they're also not offering saying that they're taking to take him away right now. They're willing to let you guys get your feet, rested and grounded in the universe, in the galaxy or whatever. It's not a he leaves with us right now sort of thing. It's just an agreement to work together.
So how about this? How about a non-compete and a first pass rights on new technology that Bach develops? Does that make sense?
Yeah. That would seem fair.
And on top of that, we would need to have discussions about, I guess, reverse engineering a Q drive maybe, but we would like to license that, not just like give it like a one-time fee kind of thing.
Yeah. No, Bach's company would have rights over essentially anything he created while he was in his company, while he was interning for them, helping them with their own tech. That would be theirs. But as soon as he started his company and started, patenting things into that, it would be his. So he could just save all that shit for his company.
Okay. I mean, it seems like a fairly win-win type of deal.
Yeah, he can point him in the right direction, but he doesn't have to give him answers.
What else? Do they own any of the moons in the Prime area?
So they have a claim on Quay Prime, yeah. Like the Brute Dynamics has a claim on the main planet, and the moons are technically part of that, but they don't do anything there essentially. Or not Brute Dynamics, sorry, Crag Holdings.
All right. So have we gotten an idea of which of those moons, I guess, is going to be the most advantageous for us in terms of settling on?
Yeah, whichever one doesn't have a colony on it already, probably.
Yeah.
And there's like 12 moons, so we'll say 6. We'll say the 6th moon.
The 6th or the 9th? Let's see here.
This
Yeah,
sounds
so-
super fucking annoying.
I'll switch it. So,
Thank you.
what's their thought on the whole licensing thing for the propulsion tech?
Yeah, they're okay with it. They're gonna make so much money off of it that they're fine with it being a fraction. It's gonna
Yeah.
change the face of everything that this galaxy knows. So they're eager.
The one of the questions that I have, I guess, and I'll throw this through the telepathic net. What about protection? I mean, granted, we can defend ourselves for the most part, but we are not familiar with this area of space. And once this technology starts getting out, and it will be found out that it came from us, what kind of help will they give as far as like keeping the your colony safe?
Are you
from
talking materials or manpower?
both?
More manpower, I think. But
Yeah,
so
manpower.
you're not saying that. You're not saying that out loud. You're just
No, I'm saying I'm saying this over our telepathic link to Dis. Like
And- I'll say
maybe
this out
find out-
loud.
yeah.
This is going to paint a huge target on our backs.
Mhm.
Dealing with you and exclusively with you with these things. We're not opposed to that, but again, the huge target. So the question then becomes, if we're settling in space and specifically making a deal on a planet, moon, whatever that you control, which, I mean, at this point, you obviously know that we're looking at, I can't read that fucking tiny, but Prime, a moon of Prime. We'll just call it Amazon Prime. If we're looking at being there, we're going to need to be able to not only defend ourselves, but be able to call upon somebody should we need that help.
So when you say that, the hologram of the gnome chimes in, Zaraz, and says, "Oh, if we were to make some sort of deal here today that was beneficial to both of us, you would be under the wing of Crag Holdings, which means we would be responsible for your safety at that point. So you just let us know what you need, and help will be on its way. We protect our assets here at Crag Holdings. We're not like those hounds at Cerberus."
I see what you did there.
It's clever.
All right. Thinking like orbital defense platform.
Well, basically, I was just worried about backup just in case it was needed.
Until we get our feet under us, at least.
Sure.
By the way, any weapons and weapon systems and stuff like this isn't telepathically. Any weapons, weapon systems, etc. we get, I want you to go over with Bach with a fine-tooth fucking comb before you skedaddle.
Yeah.
I don't want backdoors and you only kind of had admin rights to it. And,
Your
they're
lease
all
is up.
they're all pointed at you now for some reason. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So is it just a matter of haggling over percentages at this point? I mean, do you
It's
you
just
wanna
a matter of do you
look
agree
at the
to do this?
technology?
Yeah, it's just a matter of do you agree to do this or not? Because over time, Bach is going to show them the technology he's willing to show them.
Yep.
It's not like you're giving them things right now. They're not trying to step on this deal. They want you guys to be comfortable, and they want to get what they want. So they're not trying to like just steal everything from you right in this moment. They're trying to create a rapport.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've laid a good groundwork here. We haven't discussed giving them anything with the portals, have we?
No,
I don't
no,
believe
there's been
so.
nothing about how your travel works. They just know you got here from beyond dark space.
All right.
I mean, so far it seems like a pretty good faith deal here.
You guys can make another insight check if you want.
I'll go ahead and make an insight check.
I will assist you
All
in
right.
being insightful.
Brain isn't insightful at all. The highest I've been able to roll at any of these insight checks has been a 19. Before that,
Well, you
it
can't
was
really-
an 11.
can't aid with insight. That's one of those things you can't really aid with.
Okay, fine.
18 plus 14, 32.
All right, let me make a check. Ouch. Okay. Yeah. No. So everything that they've said is definitely honest, but you get the sense that if, like you said, like if you cross or slip up underneath Zoraz, that he'll definitely get what he can. But the deal is in good faith. It's just you don't want to fuck him over in any way. It's almost like getting in bed with a mob boss.
Right. As long as you hold up your end of the bargain, you're all right.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh, this sounds wonderful. Let's totally do this with mob bosses. I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah.
all corporations are bad, so I don't know what you want.
Yeah, I mean, this is a corporate-run universe over here. So
let's specifically talk about who we're going to piss off by making this deal. You mentioned Cerberus.
Cerberus, yeah.
Any other players that we're going to piss off?
Anyone who's interested in what we may be doing, but essentially it's just our main competitor, which is Cerberus, and all of their little subsidiaries.
So how about, what is it, the Alliance?
Oh, there's a chance that not the Alliance itself, but a small faction of them that have broken away, some sort of rebellion they call it, or what do they call them? Federation of some kind. They've broken away, and they might have agents digging into propulsion technologies like we do, but the Alliance isn't a big threat to us. I wonder if I can find the name of these guys.
So I have two specific, and this is telepathically, I have two specific things that I want to discuss with them as far as like cherries on top of this deal. One is alerting them to the Cerberus backdoor that's in their system.
Yeah, how do we do that without exposing the fact that we've got a backdoor into their system?
Because we do our due diligence on people we're about to make deals with.
Right.
Yeah, you could play it that way if you want.
Okay. I mean, my question is this: if what I was actually wondering right before you said that was, how do we know that they don't already know about Cerberus, whatever the fuck it is? Yeah. How do we know that they don't know about that already? And if they do know about that already, then chances are they do know that we were snooping around their system.
I don't think we need to get 12 levels into this, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Really? This would be the first time that you didn't want to get 12 levels into this.
the other thing is offering to nuke Cerberus for them. Those were the two cherries that I...
Yeah, at least temporary crippling them.
Yeah.
Might be better to offer the nuke, like offer to cripple Cerberus first, and then tell them to do a sweep of their system afterwards. I don't know. However you want to play it.
So I think I have a roundabout way of kind of trying to ferret out a little bit more information. So,
Okay.
how does data security work in this galaxy? I'm asking Crag guy. Specifically, how are you going to keep these secrets we share with you secret?
The same way everyone else does. It's locked away in behind secure nodes, behind firewalls and firewalls.
And do you have people that monitor that? Is it you? Is it an outside company? Is it...
That's the whole Overwatch thing that you're rolling against. Yes, there's constantly people watching over all data grids at all times.
I was just curious if it was like a subsidiary of them or if it was like a third party.
Every company has its own technical team, just like Cyberpunk. Imagine it's Cyberpunk.
Yeah. It's essentially what Shadowrun is. It's Cyberpunk mixed with D&D.
Yeah.
So how much of a pain in the ass is Cerberus to you? I guess my question is, and what is it worth to you to at least, if not set them back, then get them off your ass for a while?
If you were able to do that to an entire conglomerate, then we would be indebted to you eternally. And whatever company Bach it was. Bach Sang here decides to create will be at the forefront of our subsidiaries.
This is to you, Woodrow. This nuke that we have, what kind of scale are we talking about here?
So a data nuke can crash a grid. So essentially, if you could find a way, which you don't have to do right now, you can just do it as part of the deal narratively. We do not have to go through all that right now. You essentially just say that you're going to get into their systems the same way you got into Brute Dynamics systems, and then you plant that nuke as like a file or something that they would either open or format or delete, and those 3 actions would trigger it to essentially cripple their data grid.
If we left it in Brutes as something for Cerberus to steal, basically a red herring as part of this deal, would that still affect Cerberus rather than Brute?
Oh yeah, Cerberus. Yeah, it would essentially affect Cerberus if they took the file.
Right. Because I think that would be more sneaky to plant it in I guess, Brute stuff. To make it look more
Natural?
harmless. Yeah, natural and harmless.
You can set the trigger to whatever you want. So if you wanted the trigger to be once it was downloaded, the downloaded file would essentially go off, and then the original file would become a dud, essentially. It would just be used. The payload would have been delivered.
So, what we can do is give you a file as part of the transaction that we're conducting right now. And when Cerberus attempts to steal that file, it will trigger and cripple their systems, at least for a time. Would that be worth something?
Yes, greatly. We just have to make sure that they were in our systems and got this file, and we'd have to make sure that there was no crossover and our system wasn't hurt in any way. But yeah, that could be perfect delivery method for something like that. And you can see the gnome is talking to you, and then a big smile is like going over the orc's face. You get a sense that he hates Cerberus.
So, I think one of the other things that we need to do in doing this deal is to ensure that your systems are secure. Because the last thing we want, either of us, is for us to give you this information then have it leak out. So I think as part of our due diligence, my associate here, and I turn to Kronos.
Skull face.
Hi, how are you? I take a drag off of my blunt. How's it going?
The man with the happy face would just like to, in a completely non-invasive and non-destructive way, just take a look at the network we find ourselves doing business with, and to ensure that there aren't necessarily prying eyes. And so to Kronos, I'm going to say you don't really need to look because we've already looked. So,
well, as you say that, Zoraz goes, give them access to the Brute Dynamics and data grid, and then the orc looks at you, and his eyes essentially flash over blue. It's different than when you've seen magic flash over people's eyes and them detect magic or see visibility. This is more of like an electronical light sort of in front of his eyes. As you're receiving this on the mechanical part of your eye, not the psychic part, you're receiving a sort of like a backdoor upload on your guys' neural network, because it's all linked through you. So
that's pretty cool. Are those contacts? Are those implants?
Oh, these are implants.
Ah, wicked cool.
By the way, I mean, not for nothing, but I mean, we get discounts on stuff that we want that you make, especially things that we help you develop the technology for, right?
As creators, yeah. Why wouldn't you get copies of your own stuff?
I'm used to people trying to screw us over, so you'll forgive the nitpicking.
There's a bit of paranoia.
It's healthy where we come from.
Oh, don't worry. The galaxy is full of sharks here too. We just have something to gain from this, so we're not trying to burn any bridges yet.
Yet, thanks. We appreciate that. I actually laugh when he says that.
Well, it is coming from a place of humor. That's your passive insight would pick that up. He's not.
He's trying to set you at ease.
There's not much that time left in the campaign.
So Kronos, is there anything additionally you can detect based on the new access, the new non-pilfered access that we now have?
I mean, should I run a use computer?
Yeah, you can, and if you're not trying to do it, so essentially he's giving you access, but you're being watched, the whole time. You're being monitored with this one. So you can just scan the system again for this, but you already know where they are. You've traced them, so you have the information of where they are, so you can immediately find them if you want to, and make it look like, oh look at this.
Okay.
Or okay.
Go ahead. No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, or if you were scanning it for show for them. Well, that's so you're like, this is what I'm finding, and like they don't actually know that we know all this other shit.
Yeah. Obviously make a show of like scanning the parameters of their system, the security and testing.
Maybe misleading them about like, oh yeah, it seems like they're everything's very secure and everything's really straight.
Yeah, let's not point out our back door to them
straight away.
Well, exactly.
Right.
Well,
but like put in there and have them just be like, oh wow, these guys are idiots when it comes to this. When in reality, it's like, no, we actually know all of the shit that you guys have been doing.
Basically, just make a show of doing what white hat hackers do.
You said you were.
Yeah.
Plus, I'd kind of like to know: is there anyone other than Cerberus also in their system? Because we found Cerberus, but now that we have access, I kind of want to know.
Cerberus is the only other person that would be in their system. So
yeah.
Unless
they're the two big dogs.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Are the rebels also in this system? Then we just didn't detect them the first time.
The RFC, the militant group of free thinkers.
How dare they? There will be no free thought. What, babe?
Oh, I was just gonna say it also gives us some context of how much they trust us with how much actual access they've given you.
So yeah, that's
a good idea too.
So do a scan of the system, basically do the white hat hacking and poke around, and then come across the hidden active user that we found earlier without making it look like I just already knew that they were there.
Yeah, hack casual is what you're saying.
Casual hacking.
So when you're doing that, you don't find the active user, but you do find the backdoor that they created. So you can essentially leave that open and plant this this data file in either the conversation and the no viewer or you could put it in like secret files and try and make it seem like there was something, you gave them some sort of secret technology, or you can sort of set it up however you want it. But
I think that would look a little more natural, like, because they know that we're having this meeting. So I think placing it in a place that it looks like a secret, file, we've given them a secret technology that would be ripe for the picking, I think would be the
let's not call it secret file, though.
Well, of course not. Yeah.
Super secret technology, drift technology.
I guess I would need to go back over to our ship to get this thing, would I not? Or could we just... How would we go about uploading this, Woodrow?
Just plug a thumb drive into your eye.
Well, it's connected to your ship, so you could just upload it from the connection you have. Just essentially upload it to their servers. And then the hard drive you had with the nuke is empty because the file's been moved.
Okay.
It's just a huge data hard drive now.
The other thing, and I'm talking back to them now. Don't poke this. Don't scan it. Don't. Just don't fuck with it, because.
Just think of it as a big tub of nitroglycerin that is very volatile.
Think of it as a data nuclear bomb. Don't poke the bomb, and don't look at it too hard either, because it's just gonna fuck them up, and I would hate. Okay.
But I guarantee this will be too good for them to resist.
Yeah. In fact, name it. What do you guys usually? What would you name something that we're giving you as a taste of our technology on offer.
What
a
are
lot
they
of
really
us just
looking
use
for?
a lot of us just use coordinated codes of letters and numbers, but some engineers like to have flashy names like Project Blackhawk or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe we make it look like it's super important. What should we call it?
If we were to give you propulsion technology, what would you name it? We call it a Q drive.
So he starts laughing and he says this orcish name that I'm not going to say because I don't know. I'm making it up off the top of my head. But it's
so that's what I named the file as I upload it.
When he describes it as the orcish version of like the Trojan horse from
Nice
thing or whatever. So that's essentially what he names it. Like a play on that. And then so yeah, that's uploaded to their systems. You guys have made some sort of deal, so Bach will essentially intern with them for a little bit and then get set up with his own company. And if this nuke happens to cripple Cerberus, then Bach will be set up for life and your colony will as well.
Cool.
Kronos, as
Yes.
you guys are having this conversation, you actually on your comms, it's coming through this is ship, but it's like routed to your arm. Your armband picks it up too because your ship's connected. You get a emergency SOS beacon that's got some kind of vocal. There's no video. It's just a vocal message.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wanted to say code, but it's not a code. If you want to open it, you can. But it looks like it's from Steve.
And it's just a vocal component. There's no data other than that.
Well, yeah, there is data, but it seems to be like partially scrambled or something. But there's no video. It's just an audio translation. It seems like if Steve tried to get a message out, he couldn't get a complete message to you.
Interesting. Can I open it in a controlled environment?
Just step
I
aside.
mean, yeah, you can use your countermeasure. What I can't remember what it's called now, but that false grid. You can open it up in there. So you can run a trace on it to see where it came from. You can do other things too. You don't have to just open it.
Okay, yeah, let's run a trace on it to see where the signal is coming from first.
So it's coming on from the other side of Elf space, from where you guys are, by the Gilorn, which means Star Tree Preserve. It's one of the Elven places, but it's a distress call coming from a planet over here, just on the edges of dark space and Elf space.
Okay.
Is this our Steve?
It seems like it is, judging from like you haven't opened the audio, but like the code on the message as it comes in seems like it's from Steve.
Okay.
A Steve, but possibly your Steve.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and open the message in my little Faraday cage of isolation, I guess, that I open.
So you get a lot of static coming through, but in that static you do get a part of Steve's voice, and it does sound like your Steve, like Kirby. He goes, I woke up in a strange place, my head hurting, and there's more static, and it's like this nasty drow female just came out of nowhere and nabbed me up, and there's more static. I don't know where I am, but I'm trying to send this message, so maybe you could get me out of here. Possibly I'm always getting in trouble, and then it's static some more.
Well,
Drow female.
How long ago did this message get sent? Is there a timestamp on it?
So shortly before you arrived, it got sent.
13 days ago.
No, it got bounced around Lagaria and sent to you after you guys arrived. You're just picking it up again.
Okay.
But it seems like it was sent before you guys arrived.
Arrived here or arrived in the galaxy?
Arrived in the galaxy.
Okay, so 12 days ago.
Oh, well, I was oddly.
You were pretty close. Yeah, you're getting an echo of the signal from Lagaria. You can get that sort of in the static, and you think that might be why maybe it got messed up, possibly, or maybe where he sent it from, the technology wasn't like maybe he was hacking into some broken technology or something. You're not exactly sure, but it's definitely scrambled and like an echo of a message.
You said it was routed through Lagaria?
It possibly. It seems like it may have sort of echo sort of echoed off that Bermuda Triangle, which you guys do know. You've researched it. It's sort of like a place where signals get lost and captured.
So drop.
Bounced.
I send a message through the telepathic link to Bryn and Dis. So it appears our Steve is in trouble, and I play them. I send the snippet of what he said. He's looking for help, and it seems like this signal was sent, a few days ago. And by a few days ago, I mean 12, before we got to this meeting. So
I think we finish up here, wait for any follow-up messages, if there are any, and then make a plan. Also, we might want to ask our new friends at Brute what they might know, A, of this area of space, B, what kind of relations they have with the elves. And I have a bad feeling about who this drow female is.
So, just to make that quick, they don't have a good relationship with the elves, and they don't know anything about this space because the companies from the Alliance, from the Dwemer companies, they don't go into elven space. It's a complete nature preserve. There is no corporate entities there other than elven companies because they're 100% essentially green. They work with the environments 100%. So,
let me ask you this, Brute. I'm addressing this to the Brute people. Mm-hmm. If I were to attempt to enter that space in that ship, and I'll uncloak, in that ship, am I going to have trouble?
Well, you being an elf and seeming the one in control, is you've been the one talking. So he's seeing you as the leader. I think you probably won't have a problem. I'm not sure with the drow thing, but I know that not all drow are evil or anything like that, so that shouldn't be a problem.
I resent the fact that you think that not all drow are evil, but other than that,
most of them are.
So they're not horribly xenophobic, and they're going to look at a ship that doesn't necessarily match what they have and immediately be like, blow that ship out of the sky.
No, they'll see it as elven make. I can clearly tell it's elven. They just might be curious as to where you're from. They may inquire about you if they pick you up. They may just watch you from a distance and let you leave their space. If you hang around too long, maybe they blast you out of the sky. But I'm assuming with the elven make, they'd at least ask questions of their own people first, which they're not barbarians by any means. Even other people, they don't necessarily blow them out of the sky, but they will try you and
hold on. When he says they're not barbarians by any means, I kind of narrow my eyes like, excuse you? You made that sound like a bad thing. So rude.
I'll pretend to be holding Bryn back a little.
I mean, he definitely is an orc, so he knows barbarians. He might not necessarily.
I know, but that's why, like, just because he's saying it and I'm standing right there, like, yeah, I haven't really been in conversation with all this shit. I've been like playing with Axie because I can't get an insight over like 9. But the second he said that, I'm like, hey,
how long would it take us to get there?
A good amount of time.
Oh,
but we're basically fast traveling.
I mean, I'm not
like 2 months.
I'm not excited about leaving him.
I'm not excited about leaving him either, and the whole drow woman showed up. Okay, so here's my thinking.
This is your fucking chick, isn't it? This is Zinzarina or some shit.
No, it's probably it's either Zinzarina doing us a solid and dropping him back on this plane of existence, or it's the chick that I'm supposed to kill fucking with us to draw us out. So I can just gank her ass. Or it's law.
Can I roll an insight on
So it's
which
either
one it is?
It's either good trap or trap.
So you can roll an insight, yes.
Okay.
Can I roll an insight?
If you want to, yes.
That's how I'll roll insight.
I got a
You can
22.
certainly try. No, just kidding.
I got a 22. I got above a 20 for the first time tonight.
Yeah,
so
definitely,
we're just...
it definitely seems like Steve.
Okay.
I got a 32.
It definitely
18
seems
plus
like
14.
Steve.
Well, I mean, that's not what I was asking. Like, which drow bitch it is.
He didn't describe her, so...
Yeah, you have no way to you can't insight
Stuff that was never
talking
said.
It's about what their intent is.
Mm-hmm.
So he mentioned that this drow bitch showed up.
Nasty drow bit. Now nasty drow female.
I mean, that's... He knows me, so that's pretty much going to be all of them.
Well, if he knows you, and he doesn't call you nasty, and he's calling this one nasty, they must be much worse.
So,
Like,
really, that doesn't narrow it down at all.
I mean,
I'm just saying, we're going to have to go to find out. This is either a trap
Of course we are.
or a trap, or my patron doing us a solid. But, I mean, it's
probably a trap.
but probably a trap.
I mean, you could do one of your elven trances and try to contact your patron and see if she says anything.
I mean,
Yes, I
Either
could.
way, we're gonna have to go there to bail Steve out.
Do you have commune? The spell commune.
I mean, can't I basically... Is that a cleric ability?
It's a cleric
I
spell.
have it,
yeah.
but
Don't I basically know all spells and it's just a matter of putting it in my brain?
Yeah, so you'd have to, in that 2 months of you flying at some point, switch your spells and then switch them back, yeah.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay, so commune, what level spell is it? And what level of cleric spells do you have? What level of spells can you cast?
Hold on, let me go to manage spells.
I think it's like a 4th level or 5th level or something.
it's 5th level.
Then you can cast 5th level spells, right, Dis? Oh, I'm in your
No.
sheet, actually. Let me go spells.
I mean,
Shit.
I have commune if I can do.
Oh,
can
I don't
help.
think Dis can.
No, the highest I can get is 4th.
4th. Yeah, so, Bryn, you'd have to do commune in a trance with Dis to even attempt this.
So I would do a trance, then I would pull you into the trance, and then you
She
would commune.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teamwork.
So how does the spell commune work again?
Oh wait, I actually don't think I can. The casting area is self.
Yeah, you're in the trance. You're casting it on yourself, but you and Dis become like connected at that point. So
Oh, it's like
a
one
mind
person.
meld.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
That's right, whatever.
you can ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. You must ask your questions before the spell ends. Spell lasts for 1 minute.
1 minute. You receive a correct answer for each question. So yeah, you get yes or
Yes.
no for 3 questions, and you can ask either Skeggold or Zinzarina, technically, because you guys are communing as one. So just to let you know, I know you probably won't need to or want to, but it is an option.
Yes, and in 2 months, I assume that we can cast this more than once if we don't actually get helpful answers.
Yeah. But you're gonna get the same answer if you ask the same question.
Right. I just mean this has to be a yes or no question, so they have to be leading questions. So I'm going to have to be specific.
And also, if they're not not all beings are omniscient, so they can give unclear if they don't know. So there's possibility.
There's also, if you cast a spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get no answer. The GM makes this roll in secret.
Yeah, but you're waiting the next day, so there'll be a long rest. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yes, you can ask more questions throughout this trip. You have 2 months to either cast spells, to prepare weapons, potions, whatever. You have
Can I
2
get
months.
people
so.
to... Can I task someone to make more energy cells for me since I only have one?
Well, we
Yeah.
have our munitions expert on the station.
Right,
Mhm.
and
Right.
I think we need to travel
Well,
to
they-
the station before we travel to elf space anyway, because we need to drop off Bach.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
I
need
to brew
to
some more potions.
we need to finalize any deals with Brute, which we'll need. Is it Paylor Talk or whatever the crime boss?
Bisque.
Yeah, Bisque Lobster. So we're gonna need a rock lobster to go over these to help us draft these things.
Yeah. Understood.
Um,
Potions.
I too would like more potions and poisons before we leave, and I guess maybe, I don't know, ammo. Make sure the ship is in tip-top shape before we make a 2-month fucking journey on this Q drive.
Ship's
Well, yeah.
ship's good. You had the ladies do that before you left, and you haven't taken any damage. It's been molested in dark space by that weird octopus thing, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Okay.
So energy cells, brew potions. You want to stock up on poisons, on stuff to make poisons while you're there. All right. So energy
don't know.
cells you essentially can just grab. You don't have to make them because you have people who are making them for you. You grab the
Okay.
ingredients. I will need Kronos to roll for brewing potions, and I will need Diz to roll for
Yeah.
poisons.
Is
So
there
how
anyone
many energy cells can I get?
30.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
the
it-
chick's been making them for you. You just
Yeah.
never picked them up.
Awesome. Good.
Is there anyone on the station that actually makes poisons that could it theoretically assist me, or is this still going to be
Ezra.
as...
Estra
Okay.
actually can, and some of the fungal people can actually help you with that too.
Okay.
All
Then let's do
Just
that.
Let me have a second. Look at your DM.
Okay. I will before these rolls. That's fine.
What do I need to roll for my my brewing again?
It's wisdom and proficiency plus a d20.
And I don't have anybody to help me brew on this on the station anymore.
Actually, yeah, the Minotaur. Sorry, not the Minotaur. The Leonin Simbo.
Oh
can
yeah.
help you brew.
Then I'll ask Simbo if he'll help me.
Yeah, he
brew
can help
some
you.
Potions.
But Dis, you're gonna be busy making poisons, so there will be no guidance except for on the poison rolls.
Yep. So it's just my advantage, and then
Yeah.
with the +8, which is my wisdom +2, and proficiency, which is +6.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and not a D4 because I'm busy.
Yep.
Well, you're having Esra help you with the poisons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are technically separated, doing separate things before you
Yeah.
leave. So. Okay. So yeah, whoever wants to go first, we'll start with I
Well,
guess Kronos.
I just
Yeah.
rolled a nat 20 on that first roll.
Okay.
So that's a 28. to
28
start.
natural counts as 2 successes, which is good for this. So give me one more roll.
All right.
You just skipped over the second check.
Oh. Okay.
25.
Okay. I rolled with advantage and rolled 2 20s.
Okay, good. That's still just one.
God damn.
The same thing. Nat 20. One more. And Kronos, with that potion, I'm assuming these aren't health. You're brewing another fire potion. What are you brewing? Or are they
No, I
health?
was going to go ahead and brew some health potions for us.
Okay,
just
let
to
me
use
roll
up.
then. Just got a nat 20, so let me roll with the +2. Okay, so with the +2, you get 3 of the max. I can't remember if it's superior or supreme. Whichever one's the higher, you get 3 of them.
So that would be the supreme.
And then Dis, give me that second check.
Okay. And just to let you know, I have no idea of what bonuses I'm actually rolling since I haven't gotten that far yet. And
It's wisdom, the same wisdom and perception, or wisdom and proficiency,
okay.
plus the whatever you roll.
That's So 18 plus 12 plus... I can guidance myself through this, right?
Yeah, 18 plus 12 is a 30, so...
Okay.
So if you're going for... Depending on which one if you're going for damage or the paralysis, you'll get the best of either one from the nat 20, and I'm rolling with a +2 modifier and got a 4 on the die, so that's actually 6 uses of whichever one you want. You can't split it. You got to pick one or the other. But...
Can I just do 6 more uses of the purple worm?
Yeah, is that the one that's the damage?
Yes, the con save and then the damage. Yeah. You said there was a paralysis one.
Yeah, you had made an enhanced poison, member that did paralysis.
Oh, the crawler mucus.
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
It's a DC 13 though.
No, you had made it with a. So we went over this. I don't know.
Oh, DC 20.
Yeah.
DC 20. It's in the notes.
Yep.
All right, then.
That's what you got for how much you rolled on it. It buffed it up by 7.
So, let me. I'll make 6 of that instead.
Yeah.
Instead of the. Because I still have 9 of the other ones.
Yep, totally fine.
Cool.
And also a really, really good idea. Okay. So, we have those. Those are made. Energy cells, so we've all stocked up on stuff like that. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before we head out in 12 or 2 months?
Grenades, 50 cal ammo.
Grenades would be a good idea.
So 50 cal ammo, you essentially took all the stuff that they've had. You bought it, the rest of that, what that little woman had last time. So there's not much
and I don't think I've used any, so
yeah, you haven't used any. And grenades, you haven't read up on stuff for grenades, so you made the grenades last time.
Just
disintegration.
FYI, for all of you guys, I have 2 anti-magic, 10 cryogen, 2 disintegration, 10 flash and bang, 10 fragmentation, 2 gravity slammers, 7 incendiary thermite, 10 ionized chaff, and 10 sonic screamers. So
yeah, the only thing she throws is her axe.
I literally don't throw anything else. I don't know why I have all of these. I can easily give them all to you guys so you can actually use them. But I have a fuck ton of grenades.
You can use them too.
Yeah, you can use them as well.
I could. I've used them like twice. But I'm just saying, if you guys would like any, I have a lot. We can divvy it up so I'm not the grenade holder.
So one straight bullet doesn't blow up.
Right. I have 1 incendiary thermite grenade. Those are really the only ones that I was looking to get more of. Because everything else I'm fairly well stocked up on.
I'll give you the 7 that I have of incendiary.
Okay.
So then you'll have 8.
So
and I'll have none.
From your sheet, Bryn, and then
I'm doing it.
7 to yours, Kronos.
Okay.
All right.
All
right. Let me know what communing questions you have. You have at least 3, but you have, what is it, 3 times 30? So
you have a lot.
So
just let me know what questions you want, yes or no, or unclear on, and I'll give you the answers. You're not probably gonna like the answers, but I'll give them to you.
Unfortunately, that sometimes happens when you ask questions.
Is my friend who was deposited in elven space a lure to a trap? Or the bait, whatever you want to call it.
How you worded that, I'm struggling. Yeah, it would be a yes. There was some lawyering I had to go over in my head real quick with that. But that would be a yes, technically, because of the intent of how it was asked.
Did you place him there?
No.
Did Lolth?
No.
Next night. Did the dark elf you intend for me to kill place him there?
So you got yes that it's bait, right?
Yes.
And then when you ask this one, did the elf place him there? It's a no.
What fucking drow is this, man?
Yes.
On your systems, it's been the next day, so it's been another 1 day into travel. Mm-hmm. Is there any questions you want to ask on the second day before I give this information to Kronos? If you have any more questions you want to ask.
Did I ask her if she placed him there?
Yeah.
I think you did.
That was a no. It was, did my friend that was placed in Elven... Is my friend that was placed in Elven space bait or a trap? Yes. Did you place him there? No. Did she place him there? No.
And then day 2 was the other she. Dark elf.
Are we certain that when you say friend that she's considering the right friend?
Yeah, because of the intent it's asked. They know.
Okay, making sure.
She knows you're talking about Steve. And
I'm making sure this isn't like when you make a deal with the devil.
Yeah, no, you're good.
And no matter what you say, everything is twisted.
No, it's not a monkey paw.
yeah, exactly. Fucking monkey paw.
She has at least a slight liking of me. So
well, she wants you to do stuff for her.
She has a lot of respect for you, considering she's allowing you to live life with a significant other, which none of her other clerics get. So, I mean, you're her favorite, you could say.
No.
Don't let it go to your head.
That actually makes me more nervous.
As it should.
I'll say 3 questions.
Any help here, guys? I mean, because we'll have talked about this.
Yeah, you guys, anyone can throw in, because you have tons of downtime.
Maybe ask if she has any other enemies in this area of space.
Questions. Oh yeah.
Do you have any other enemies in this area of space?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, that's that. I'm not saying that's what you should ask. I'm throwing out ideas here.
It would be unclear because she's got tons of enemies.
Do the elves in this space worship Lolth?
No.
All right, so that's day 2. And I think you were going to do something with Kronos.
So Kronos, at the end of the second day in travel, you actually pick up a signal coming from Bach. Bach sends you a signal that he picked up that's actually coming from him scanning this galaxy for Mano signals, and you pick up a signal, and it is coming from the same planet that Steve's distress call came from.
Bugger and fuck.
Day 3. Did Manos pull Steve to him at this location?
No.
Was the freaking little goblin a Manos plant? I'm wondering.
Do you want that to be a question, Dis?
Sure.
No.
I'm wondering if Manos has another little puppet out there.
If you have the time, a conversation of more substance would not go awry.
That's
Don't
not
you
how
agree? No, I'm saying I'm in a trance. She can talk to me at any fucking time she wants to because she's pulled me into stuff before.
Yeah, when she has time. She's trying to assassinate Lolth right now. She's a little busy.
You're lucky you're getting any response at all.
You'll take your yes and no and you'll like it.
Pretty much.
But when you ask her if a better, more personal meeting would be beneficial, she says yes. You get a yes answer. Day 4.
Jesus.
God.
If you have any more questions, you can ask him, or we can fast travel. But let me know.
Does she know who the drow is that took Steve?
She's a deity, so she knows. But
I'm just making. Okay.
Is it a drow that we have met?
Well, hold on. What was the question you said?
Does she know the drow that dropped Steve off? Yeah.
Oh, that would be unclear technically.
Oh.
Which is interesting because if it's the drow you're thinking of, then she would know. But there's something in that question that makes it unclear. What was your next question, Dis?
Did a drow take Steve?
No.
I mean, if we can disguise ourselves, I'm sure Manos can too.
Did Manos take Steve?
Well, you're specifically talking about your Steve, so no.
Is this message from our Steve?
No.
Is our Steve on this plane of existence?
No.
Motherfuck.
I mean, we did get told that this was a trap.
I mean, can we? Is it? Do we?
We're like 5 days in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we? If we know it's not our Steve,
have...
and it's a distress call, like, is it even worth going?
Well, there's a Manos signal there, so if you want to fight.
Oh,
Manos,
that's right. That's
kill
why
him.
we were going. We were going for the Manos thing.
But you at least know it's a trap now, and Steve's not there.
So we can nuke it from orbit. Good call.
Yay!
Other than the Steves that were absorbed by Manos, are there any other Steves there?
No.
Yep.
Does Manos... I don't know if we know this, so I'm asking this to the group. Manos is working in league with somebody of higher power.
Manos is trying to become a higher power.
Right, but isn't he kind of...
He has a patron, yes. So the demon that turned him into an abyssal reality-destroying machine in the abyss is his patron. And you've been getting inklings that, yes, it's Lolth who is one of his patrons. He might have more than one because he said his patrons, and you get it sort of like the demons, that like the demon lords of the abyss essentially forged him. So Lolth is one of his patrons.
Manos sounds like he has a type.
Would the destruction of Manos help you in dealing with Lolth?
Yes.
Is there anything that Brute Dynamics or our allies at the space station could give us that would aid us in our fight against Manos?
No.
I just want to make sure that we're not like leaving. Oh, you have this perfect weapon sitting back at your base.
Yeah. No, you get the things that are probably gonna kill a god, or you're like your inner potential and your magical weapons, destiny weapons. You don't think anything technological is gonna do shit to Manos, really.
He kind of shrugged off a lot of the tech we tried to use on him already.
I don't know, a lot of torpedoes. I love this music coming right away.
A lot of torpedoes with divine smite on them or something like that, yeah. Radiant torpedoes, go!
So is there any more questions, or are we fast-tracking travel?
Can anyone else think of anything?
I can't think of anything else.
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, it seems like we've kind of felt our way around the fact that, yes, this is a trap, and it's most likely Manos.
It is Manos, and are we...
Yeah.
Do you want to do any communing with Skegel at all?
I mean, yeah. But I don't really know what I'm gonna ask her.
So basically just generally opening yourself up to any message that she has to tell you while we're traveling to finish this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which you would
Because I don't have a specific question.
Yeah, so if you do that, not necessarily a communing, but just like a, whatever, like not like the spell communing, but just a general like commune. You would essentially get the sense and the heaviness from Axie that you have everything you need, and you get visions of the meteors and stars falling and all of the recent battles you had, and you know that the three of you together are more powerful than any other force that you've come up against or seen. So you sort of get a reassurance, and being in this new galaxy, that sense that you found a few episodes ago of being home, even though you were in dark space, is just re-emboldened inside you. You sort of have a new fire burning deep down. Let's see, you're straight barbarian, right?
Yep.
So your rage never ends now, right? I think you have endless rage at this point.
Oh, do I have?
I think. Unless that's a specific type of barbarian that gets that, which it might be. I'm not 100% sure at this point, but that might be like the frenzied barbarian. What kind of barbarian are you? Are you totem or are you frenzy?
I don't know. I've never had to decide that.
I think you did it early on, actually, because you started at level 10, so you did have to decide that. But you are if it'll load. Let's see.
Path of the Ancestral Guardian.
Oh yeah, okay, you're Ancestral Guardian, so you might not get. Yeah, you get persistent
rage.
Yep. Your rage only goes away if you fall unconscious, just so you know.
So you're always angry.
Yeah, you essentially have the Hulk thing where you're raging but you still seem zen. All right.
Wow.
So, but yeah, that's kind of what you get from Skeggold, is just that your inner power is greater than any technology you could bring with you, and you have everything you need to defeat this abomination, essentially.
Primal Champion is nice. Strength and con scores both increase by 4 each, and your maximum for those increased to 24.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome, babe. You are strong.
Yeah, her strength is 23.
Now I am small. You were only 2 ahead of me, now you're like 9. Alright.
I'm a barbarian, that would think so.
You like an angrier Wolverine, some person
as
says.
you fast travel and we come out of the drift around where the planet where this signal is coming from, you can see a large red planet. It's like Mars but bigger, sort of this dusty round planet, and as it's sort of rotating and you're flying around the atmosphere to the other side, you see this big almost metal scar on the world, just sitting in the middle of this red dirt. It's sort of like a shiny chrome scab erected in some kind of deep crater. And as you sort of get closer and look at the lights and the structures below in this sort of chrome empty city, you can see these swarms of neon nanomachines that sort of create different images of weirdly childish things, almost like fruits and fish sort of just gliding through the dark sky in this cybernetic city. They seamlessly seem to come alive as you watch a giant formation of a Kirby forms and eats several of the koi fish and fruit before raising one hand, jumping into a star, and shooting off and disappearing. As you get closer and closer, you can see that
that's just fucking weird.
There's constructions of platforms hovering in this crater above this city, about 100 feet above the city. You see there's no life in the city except for one drow life form that you can sense, and one strange Thule life form that you get, but it's kind of large. You can use your scanners to sort of get a vision and a little image of what's down there, and it's sort of these 4 or 5 platforms with these sort of smaller elongated platforms in between that just sort of hover over this city as these swarms of nanomachines move all around. And on the middle platform you can see a drow priestess of some sort of with one hand up, reaching towards the strange abomination across from her, which seems to be a large brain encased in this sort of dragon scales with many eyes around the brain stem where the tentacles sort of break off, and you can see a beak that sort of shows every now and then when the tentacles sort of move, and all those eyes that flicker open on the side of it seem to be familiar. If you guys want to go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
No, that's not good. Plus 3, 19.
20, 21, 17 plus 4.
Okay. With that, since you were the one who what was it, Bryn?
10 plus
Okay.
0.
So as you look at the details, Kronos, you notice that since you were the one who deconstructed the dragon and made your boots, you notice that the scales on this are the scales of the dragon you guys killed. And the many eyes that are opening and blinking, you notice them as the beholder eyes. As an elder brain usually doesn't have eyes, it's usually just a brain. But this thing seems to have reinforced itself with the carcasses and biological matter of these creatures from other worlds.
Oh hell! So it's some kind of Frankenbeast.
So yeah, these two entities you can see about they're outside of 5 miles from you. You're using the sensors to sort of view this on your in your ship. How do you want to approach? We have half an hour to figure out how we're gonna
stealthily
start this. Okay, but that doesn't give me too much information. How stealthily?
The stealth thing on the ship.
The gunship. You're gonna go approach with the gunship. How close are you getting?
This is all open air, right?
Yep. Unless you want to fly below the platforms and into the metal constructed Chrome City below.
Can we tell how the platforms are suspended?
Yeah, it seems to be anti-gravity.
Like from the bottom of the platform or projected up from the city?
From the bottom of the platform. They're sort of like locked in stasis.
Okay. So I have a wild idea, guys.
Uh-huh.
What if we just put 32 torpedoes into the bottom of this platform?
Okay.
To try to knock out the anti-gravity. And then things fall.
Okay.
And falling damage.
So drows have levitate, and this thing is hovering. So, okay, let's do that.
Okay, instead of the bottom of the platform, how about 32 torpedoes into the top of the platform? Are there any shields that we can detect?
I mean, there's a giant shield over the city.
Oh.
Which would likely deflect torpedoes.
Can you hack it, Mr. Hacker?
I mean, I'm sure I can certainly try.
It's a cybernetic city.
Mm-hmm.
There's no signals coming out of the city. There's nothing to connect to. Everything is
There you go.
hardwired.
And getting close enough to connect a hard line is probably going to just go ahead and trigger the trap.
Does my ship have an EMP?
The only signal that came here was when whatever appeared, that Manos teleportation signal that popped up. No other signals are coming from the city.
So the SOS that we got from Kirby or Steve, was there any way for me to tell where on this planet it was coming from, or is it just this general vicinity?
It's this city is where it was coming from.
It's this city. Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in this city.
Can I do a scan to see if I can find that that signal? Like maybe do a trace back again?
So it got scrambled and sent through Lagaria, so you can't really trace where it came from.
Okay.
But there's nowhere else on this planet, so.
And there's no other life on this planet, so.
Yeah. It came from this city or somewhere in this city. Or her ship that's somewhere around.
Woodrow, did you see the question from some person?
No, I have a bunch of tabs open.
It says, does this thing ooze all sorts of gross liquids?
Actually, no.
It's a clean Eldritch Abomination.
Well, it's got a lot of cold now, so it doesn't really drip anything.
Oh, so it's frozen.
Just have a bunch of drips frozen on
dragon.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to come up with a plan.
Well, that's what we're
Meteor.
trying to do.
What? Meteor?
Meteor.
Shield?
You could hit one of them, yeah, with meteor.
I mean, is the shield protecting them or the city?
Yes, it's protecting them. All shields do, though, technically is either add to AC, but this one is more of like a force field. But you guys have things that can break through force fields, like the disintegration one can break a 10-foot area enough. Or not 10-foot area, sorry, with the force shields it drops it, so your disintegration ray from the ship could drop it.
And then drop some meteors on top.
Well, one technically. The radius is going to hit both of them, so yeah, one meteor. It doesn't
40
stack.
foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay, but we need to get within 2,000 feet to do that.
No, Bryn has to get within...
A mile.
Is that the range of your...
Yep.
Yep, yeah, so that'd be within a mile.
And the death ray is 2,000 feet. So the least close we could be would be 2,000 feet because I have to hit it with the death ray to open it up for your meteor. Yeah. Could a moon count as a meteor? I mean, if we lassoed one, but I don't think we have that big of a tractor beam. All right.
I heard that sigh.
So I guess get within 2,000 feet, and I guess this is our plan.
Okay, so once you break the 5 mile mark, so since you're getting in within 2,000 feet for sure now, you break the 5 mile mark. This thing knows any creature that's alive because of its ego. It's the psionic elder brain. It knows any creature brainwaves except yours, Dis, because you're immune. So as soon as you get within 5 miles, you can notice that it turns up, looks at the ship, and begins to move around, and they sort of separate, and you can see that this priestess turns and looks up at the ship and disappears, and the ship is being swarmed by some of the nanomachines that begin to come up out of the city.
Run away! Turn on the shield, turn on the electric plating.
Okay.
Does my ship even have an EMP?
No, you've not installed an EMP on your ship.
Damn it. Does yours, Kronos?
No, I never installed one, at least not canonically in this game.
Canonically in this game.
What? I mean, it's not like I can say, oh yeah, the ship has something. I can't just pull that out of my ass. That's not fair or right. So, no. Unfortunately, we are SOL when it comes to an EMP. We did have ample time to, do stuff before we left the base.
That's great.
Okay, so you're turning on shields and electric plating and continuing forward, right?
Thoughts?
I mean, we're kind of committed at this point. What else are you going to do? I mean, you can take evasive action and
accelerate, because I want to hit this thing and pull up and hopefully get out of range of this fucking city, like orbit.
I mean, I suggested nuking the whole thing from orbit to begin with, but...
Fuck it. Can I get a lock on this platform?
So before you would get anywhere near a lock, these swarms would hit your ship. So I need you...
Evasive, then.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw with your ship, which is a +4. It is a gunship. It is more built for constitution and system defenses.
21. If it's
21.
+4.
Okay. So, as these little nanomachines stab into the hull of your ship, weird things start to happen. It's almost like reality is tearing apart as where they hit little 5-inch spots of the ship around the nanomachine either just blink out of existence or turn to water or turns into like a swarm of butterflies, and pieces of your ship begin to just disappear as it takes 120 damage.
Do they get shocked?
Oh, they're immune to lightning damage.
Machines immune to lightning damage.
Yeah, these are part of Manos. Yeah.
100 and how much?
20.
Done.
Okay.
Are they ignoring shields, by the way?
This is a straight up dex save. They're going right through. They seem to be bending reality. It's Magitech, so.
I pull up hard. New plan.
Uh-huh.
Did you have a new plan, or are you just
No, I'm telling
a new
you to
plan?
come up with a new plan.
And we're supposed to get down there to face them how?
I don't know.
Jump and send the ship back into orbit. I don't know. Fucking pick something.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we can attack? The only thing that my hull can do is electric.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
How close are we at this point?
Well, you got within the 5-mile mark and moved about 2 miles in, so about 3 miles off.
3 miles. That's 15,000 feet.
And the swarms that are coming out of the city are immense. They are part of a layer action.
We're just gonna die. We won't even
Meaning
need a second episode.
There's so many you don't think you can destroy them.
I mean, you
retreat.
If well, we got to do something about Manos.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Woodrow, I'm heading up
Okay, you're going up. Okay.
at maximum speed.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. You're fleeing. All right. So you get out of the 5-mile. Now what do you do?
Are the nanites still attacking?
Once you break the 5-mile mark, they can't seem to locate you.
New plan.
I mean, I could teleport us right down to the platform, and we could take the fight directly to them and avoid the swarm.
If we can get through the shield. Does your teleport go through that?
Yeah, unfortunately, teleport goes through fucking shields of force.
You have
Which
to says
have
it
it-
so unhappily.
You have to have it in combination with forbidden spells and shit, but it just seems to be a generated force field.
And I've literally seen it, so we can literally just teleport. But I mean, once we're there until the end.
So who are we? How many can we bring?
Let's see.
Do you want to bring NPCs into this fight? You remember taking 91 damage from one shot from the barbarian?
I can
You want
bring
to play
up to 8
whack-a-mole the
willing
whole time we
creatures.
can.
All right, let's go. Can you teleport me while stealthed?
Well, if you stealth and then he teleports you, yeah, you'd still be stealth. Because teleport's not a concentration spell.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Mind Blank on, I guess, Bryn.
Mm-hmm.
You're still not immune to things like Psychic. So, yeah. Mind Blank on Bryn.
Okay.
Kronos, sorry, pal.
Whatever.
He's got invulnerability. I think he'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go.
All right.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Leroy Jenkins.
Shady, Bryn, do you want to use your invisibility thingy?
My invisibility thing.
Don't you have like some kind of invisibility generator on your armor that
Yeah,
gives
it's
you
part of your armor. It gives him +10 to stealth because it pulls
Alright,
shadows
yep.
in. Yeah.
Alright. Then I'm gonna stealth.
So I'm literally going to be the only one visible.
Yes.
When we show up.
The invulnerable
And-
person is going to be...
Bitch, I can't cast invulnerability just after casting teleport.
Why don't you cast invulnerability and then cast teleport?
GM, can I do that?
I mean, you have the resources to do both. Yeah, as long as
Okay.
because teleport's not concentration, right?
No.
Yeah. So it wouldn't break your concentration spell.
It's just instantaneous. All right, fine. I'll cast my invulnerability, and
Okay.
then I will teleport us down to the platform.
Which platform? This one is the drow seem to have disappeared from this platform, and there is still the crazy elder mind flayer, fucking beholder dragon. And then where do you want to go? There's also these 4 other platforms on the edge that have little like structures on them.
Any life signs or anything we can detect about the structures?
No,
Do they appear to do anything?
there's powers in them. There's
There's-
power source. There's no signals.
Okay.
So wait, what if we go there and because wouldn't it make sense that those might be what is powering the shields and everything? I mean, I guess we're going through the shields, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a way to shut down the nanobots, though.
We could try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like it could be a red herring to me, but fine.
I mean, also, or we just go directly to the Elder Brain thing and just, go
And
punch it
hope-
in the fucking nose.
Hope that it doesn't have a bunch of reinforcements that it's going to pull because of the power from those platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to be overwhelmed and fucked.
There's a reason why those platforms are there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
You guys realize this is a final encounter designed
Yes,
to
I
make
do.
us think like this, right? Okay.
And probably also to bait us into doing a lot of stupid shit. But yeah, that's fine.
Uh-huh. Well played,
I
good
like-
sir. Well played.
I like how the one time,
Yes,
the
Manos should
one
make it
time that
completely
we're
easy
not,
for you.
the one time we don't completely agree with Sai. Sai's like, yeah, fine, whatever, fine, I don't even care. Like, bitch, we have gone with you on so many fucking things. Just
Okay. If we die, I'm blaming you. That's all I'm saying. Just like
You know
you would have
what?
blamed me.
If we die, then you'll be dead, and you can't fucking blame me. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Did say I wanted to kill you.
Bottom
at the beginning
left.
of
Why
this
not? We're already
episode.
there.
Yep. Fine.
Fine.
Y'all suck.
So, mind blank, invulnerability, teleport, boom, you're here. Alright, initiative.
This is gonna fucking hurt.
You don't
That already
say.
does.
It already does.
Oh, it's getting better.
It's like,
don't
god
worry.
damn, I've been trying to kick off this encounter for the last fucking
Hour.
umpteen minutes. Jesus.
22 plus.
The area appears clear. You're all clear, sir. It appears
12.
clear. It's not clear, not clear.
Did I hear
Oh,
12?
I can't add that.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Yes,
you have
with advantage.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep, I just want to make sure.
The other roll was 11.
Yeah, what was the other two?
28 for me. What was yours?
Dirty
Kronos?
20.
Okay, 28. Dirty 20. What's your dex score, Kronos?
My dex score. Scroll up here. 16. I have a +3 to dexterity.
Okay, yeah, you beat Manos, so you're above Manos.
Awesome.
But you're under the layer actions. So.
Don't worry, I'm the last, so this is gonna be great.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. You could just
Well,
die.
you're immune to the psychic stuff. That's good.
That's helpful.
But that does mean one thing. So, you guys are down here and you are stealthed. So Dis, you are first. You guys appear. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You remember, you guys can all fly, so no one should have to worry about anything.
Are these platforms like the 4 and then the blobs and then the center all in the same elevation?
Yeah, they're the same plane.
Okay.
And they're locked pretty sturdy.
So I'm going to, with my shadow and myself, double move into the structure.
Ooh. All right. Inside the structure is essentially a terminal that seems to be written. There's abyssal code, sort of going up and down the screens.
Okay, and since I double moved, I think that because 30 wouldn't have got me there, right?
No.
Okay.
So you double move. You have a bonus action, unless you use your bonus action to dash. You can do that with as a rogue. You still have your action.
Okay, then as my action, I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
And my spell is going to be Comprehend Languages.
Okay. So, when you cast Comprehend Languages, you can see that there's, essentially it's some sort of computer code, and Manos seems to be rebuilding himself or bolstering himself. And this is just one part of that.
Do I see a way to shut it down?
There's no way, there's no self-destruct thing specifically or anything like that, but you do happen to have 4 more nukes.
Oh, the data nukes. Can I pull that data from my ship 5 miles away?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kronos' thing is would have a better connection than you would, but you can do it within 5 miles.
Okay. Then I will do that.
Well, you don't have an action right now. But
I will do that soon.
Kronos, let's see.
Yes.
So first, actually, after Dis, on initiative 20 is the first round of layer actions. So, gravity well. Kronos.
Yes.
As you are sort of standing around, getting ready to take your turn, the nanomachines sort of swarm past and surround you, and it almost feels like they're building a new reality around you. You almost seem like you're trapped in some sort of maze, and there's no save, it just happens.
Okay.
So then it goes to Kronos. It is your turn. You do not see the battle map in front of you. You actually only see 4 different corridors that split off at a northeast, southwest sort of plane from you. Which way do you go?
Can I roll an insight to look at my... Is there any indication, or is it all just the same?
If you don't want to move and you just want to check, it's technically the same check to try and escape. It would be in a D20 plus your intelligence modifier, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I will try to escape. Here That is 19. 18 plus 1.
All right, so a 19.
Yep.
You actually sort of begin to think, and you think, okay, well, maybe I can just beat this with my mind. And you close your mind and you open your eyes and you're still in the same spot. And so that attempt to escape actually does not work. Next, we go to Manos. You still have, if there's any spells you want to cast, you can, but just remember you wouldn't want to do any concentration ones. So I don't know if there's anything that would be beneficial right now. But if you think of something, let me know. Manos' turn. So, you guys can hear the swarms moving around on the platforms when you begin to hear the sound of almost like a bunch of impacts and a bunch of tings, and it sounds like something's almost like raining and hitting one of these platforms. So you guys can't really see where you're at, what's going on, but you do hear something. And then it is going to be this ego. I need to make a wow, 2 and a 3. Awesome. Okay. So then ego, seeing the nanomachines doing their things, being psychically linked, it's going to just kind of move and keep the vision. And let's see, where's this thing at? Let me turn this real quick. Here. And then it is going to be your turn, Bryn.
Can I cast Magic Circle around us?
What's the casting time on Magic Circle?
A minute.
No, then it would take 10 rounds.
I don't even know what the fuck to do. Move to where everybody else is, I guess.
Try to burn the shit off of Kronos? I don't know. Because he's invulnerable.
How would you like me to burn the shit off of Kronos?
You have a flaming axe?
I'm not gonna hit him with fucking Axie.
I'm invulnerable.
You can't
Okay,
see.
fine.
Yeah, you can't even see Kronos.
Yeah.
So I guess I just hold. I can't do anything because there's nobody around us.
You're not gonna move or anything?
I'll just. Where is Kronos?
Not on the platform anymore.
Okay. Well,
As the
then,
swarm of nanomachines disappear, he's gone.
Yeah. I'll just.
Oh, wow.
I'll just hold everything because I don't even know where to move to.
Okay. So, Dis, it's your turn.
Upload the data.
Okay, so you start uploading the data nuke. Essentially, you watch as the code continues to essentially diablerize the code you're adding to it. It seems to just be assimilating everything. And this console begins to fry, and you hear it begin to sizzle and pop.
All right. Can I...
Make me a dexterity saving throw. You did not say you got away fast enough.
That's why I was about to say, can I shadow step back to Bryn on the other side of that wall?
Yes, you can use your abilities like you've used them the whole season. So go ahead and shadow step. So all you see is Bryn. Kronos is no longer there.
Just turn to her and say, well, fuck.
All right.
Are we getting any kind of, like, heads-up display from him anymore with the telepathic thing?
Nope.
Just blank, static.
Yep.
Why do I feel like he's like quantum leaped away from us? All right, how far is the next platform?
About 120. It's about 115 in the closest points.
All right. Can I carry someone while flying?
I mean, technically, yeah, but Bryn's bigger than you and heavier than you. But I mean, technically,
mostly.
Why would you need to carry her? She can fly.
Because
and I haven't moved. I haven't done anything. All my action has been held.
Yeah, so she can just move with you.
Yeah. All right, I grab Bryn and I do the 500-foot thing.
Okay.
To stick us as close to the, because it has to be somewhere I can see, so as close to the entrance on that other platform, the entrance of the structure on that other platform as I can see to put us.
No, with the dimension door, you actually can, if you can guess it, that's the one where you can guess. And you know what the inside of that one looks like, so if you guess the same, you can kind of go to the same spot. It's your shorter ones you have to see, like Misty Step and your Shadow Step.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay, so you're in here. Bryn would be right adjacent to you. Your shadow goes along. And that's your movement, so you can start upload. Or you uploaded the data on this one.
Yes.
90 step. So you're right here, and then that's your turn. Okay.
Okay.
Were you gonna ask something though?
Yeah, just since my comprehend languages is still up, does the console appear the same as the other one?
It does, and you're not sure what exactly parts of Manos you're damaging. You're just sort of damaging his ascension to godhood or whatever's gaining power. You're sort of throwing wrenches in the gears.
Yep.
Then it goes to layer actions, which I need. Let's see.
So wait, at the console that we're at, is there anything that we can do? Like, basically, I held my action, so I'm trying to see if there's anything that I can do to help speed any of this along instead of just waiting and losing that turn.
If you have engineering skills, or if you want to try and physically destroying it, that's essentially your options. Although you don't know what physically destroying it will necessarily do.
I mean, I've used computer. That's the only thing that I have. Engineering is zero, so.
Yeah, it would be use computer.
Okay, well, I guess I can try it.
All right, so you can't take a 10 like discount with the rogue stuff. So I need a check from you. So roll a d20 and add
6, 18.
18 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so you're simple enough to start an upload, and you have same access as Kronos and Dis. So yeah, you upload another second data nuke and fry this terminal. But you're using a reaction to do that, so that means you can't move because it's an action, and Dis used their action to teleport. So I need dexterity saves from both of you.
$23.
Good.
20.
So Dis, you take nothing. Bryn, you would take 10 as half of 20, but then that would also get halved again from your rage.
So I take 5?
Mm-hmm. So, boom. Because your relentless rage never goes away. You essentially, every morning you wake up, you're raging, so...
You are the Hulk. You are always angry.
Yep. That's how it works. That's how relentless rage works. Unless you specifically say you don't want it to be active for some reason, which seems dumb.
Yeah.
So once that happens, it goes at the end of your reaction, it ends your turn, and layer action starts, which causes that to cause a nanoswarm to hit that location where you guys are. So again, from you guys, I need Nano Swarm. I need another dexterity saving throw. As the whole hallway and tunnels you're in just becomes swarmed with nanomachines. And Kronos, as that happens, you appear back in space 5 feet from where you were.
19 plus 5, so 24.
24. Okay, good to know. So you actually fail.
Cool. I'm not even gonna tell you the number. Just
okay.
What I fail.
So, Dis, since you failed, you take half from your evasion. You take 13. Or no, sorry, that's not half. You take 7 or 6 piercing damage, and Bryn, you also take 6 from being raged. But all the nanomachines are just flying by and essentially attempting to pierce and slash you. But that this whole platform, it's a 50-foot radius essentially, becomes difficult terrain. So even if you're flying and moving, there's a 50-foot sphere of nanomachines for one turn that makes that difficult terrain. So I think, except for you, Bryn, you have something that makes it so you ignore difficult terrain, that ring. So you can actually move normally, but Dis, you'd have to like teleport or whatever. If you move, you can only move 15 feet.
Understood. So is Kronos' telemetry back?
Yeah, you all see that pop back, and Kronos, as the layer action ends, it is actually your turn.
Okay, and how far away is the platform across the... Like, not the one that they're
120. Oh.
No,
yeah,
it's other ones.
Oh, these little guys are only like 15 feet, and then like 25 feet.
Okay, and then because there's 4 of these platforms that we're standing on with the terminals on them. On the other side, how far away are those fuckers?
A good amount.
Oh, is this a rectangle, not a square?
Yeah.
Damn it.
So about 240 feet.
Alright. Well. Okay. So. What is that cone in front of me?
You're not sure.
Fuck. Yeah, I really don't like
it's
that.
Bad is what it is.
Yeah, this is all bad.
Probably
whatever it is, it's bad.
It's probably not good.
Uh-huh.
If you want to investigate, you can. Instead of just guessing.
Right. All right, and so it'd be 120 feet over to where they're at.
For you to just hit the edge, yeah.
Okay.
Can I say anything?
Fuck.
Yeah, you can speak as a free action.
Okay. We're getting ready to not be here.
Yep. I know. That cone thing in front of me, how tall is it? I don't want to fly through it.
You can't see it. You don't know what it is. You don't know it's there.
Oh. Then, yeah, fine. I'll go ahead and do an investigation on it.
Okay. So you peek around the corner. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
That is a 19. 15 plus 4.
So, like the Beholder before, it seems that the smaller eyes on this have sort of closed, and the giant eye has opened in the center, and it's casting some sort of Beholder magic from its eye. You can't really see the cone, but you know that from your travels, Beholder eye cones are anti-magic fields.
Super.
Can you change the song, please?
Yes.
This song is killing me.
I mean, I guess I will... I don't want to go through the anti-magic field. So, I guess I'll just move over to the platform where they're at, even though they're getting ready to leave.
And what are you using to move?
I mean, I was going to fly over there.
Okay, so...
I mean, I have 60 movement normally.
So you're right about the edge here of this platform. But you're flying, so there's nothing really to worry about. And you still have your armor up?
Yes. Haven't done anything to break my concentration on it yet.
Yep. So that's a double move. You still have bonus.
Let's see. Bonus action. I mean, I guess I could. Where would 30 feet get me? I could misty step, I suppose.
You can see in here because of their cameras. So 10, 20, 30. You could get in here.
Okay.
Right behind Bryn, essentially.
All right.
Okay. So as that turn comes to an end, we go to Manos. And you can hear he's trying to speak, but there's actually some sort of pain in his voice as he begins to speak. He goes, "You've come to your doom. This will be your final resting place." And that is the layer action. That is this. So he is going to do icon. Boom. All right.
Welcome to die.
Yeah, essentially. Because you are in his lair.
Yep.
He knows where you are with this. So. All right. The swarms did damage. Okay, so I need Bryn, Kronos, and Gus. So that's all of you, because it can do up to 4. Oh, yeah. So you all take 12 necrotic damage, unless... so this is sort of like magic missile, in a sense. So, and if you have any sort of defenses against magic missile, you can pop it against this.
I mean, I'm invulnerable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you wouldn't have to, but anyone who has any sort of way. Oh, okay.
I'm casting shield.
Okay.
As
so
a
that
reaction.
blocks it for you. And Bryn, so you would take 12 necrotic damage.
Yep.
Go away.
Sorry, babe.
Move here.
Fine. Still doing fine.
You're still more than double my hit points. I understand.
Hold after his turn. It'd be layer. Priestess goes. She's saying, oh, sorry, I meant to move him here. Priestess goes. She's holding her stuff, casting her spells. Ego moves, closes his anti-magic eye so he doesn't fuck up his companions. And then that is where we'll call it for tonight. We'll start back on Bryn's turn at the beginning of next episode and finish out this boss fight and see if you guys can bring down these 3 bosses.
Nice.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's fine. It's so fine.
It has begun. I feel this is entirely too chill of music for what we just went through.
Such relaxing music.
It is.
Oh, well, hey, we have a week to figure out what the fuck we're gonna do.
We have a week to
we have
figure out
6
how to
days.
unfuck the situation.
There is no unfucking the situation. Look, the situation is fucked.
No,
we
the
just need to
situation
blow
is
everything
fucked.
up and get the hell out.
Okay,
Blow
fine. We
everything
have a week to figure out how to unfuck ourselves in this situation. How about that?
More accurate. It's more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be It'll be
fine.
It'll be fine.
There was no way to skulk around and circumvent this fight.
No.
I've been literally telling you the whole season that the ego can sense you.
It's going to be shit. There's nothing that we can do about it. So
to be real, ego can sense Chronos.
Now, yeah.
Well, we have Enar and Silver and Frog G and
they're in the ship 5 miles away, though.
Exactly. What I'm saying is the ship was never going to make it close.
Nope.
No. And if it did, it was going to have to be attacked the whole time.
Basically,
they're not just going to let you park the ship there and shoot them. Sorry.
Your ship is super, super strong. We're going to make sure that it doesn't get anywhere near where it can do anything to us. Like, okay, that's fair.
They've punished for it.
They've been watching this ship blow shit up for how long now? It's been 64 fucking episodes. So
it would
do
that
sense
against
that they...
any ship.
Right.
You wouldn't let enemies get close to you when you're trying to rebirth yourself as a god. You just wouldn't let people come close.
Some other people let us get close. I'm just saying.
To their own detriment.
The video game world.
They were
really real.
Welcome to real life, or something like it.
Yes. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We are all going to go lick our wounds and reassess our life choices. And we'll see you next Wednesday, where we get to see just how badly we are fucked and if any of us survive.
Indeed.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm going to live. Not now that I said that, though.
I'm gonna live forever!
You just jinxed yourselves.
Splat.
We'll die instantly.